plan the last time we saw them. What should be the game plan now be against this Bills team, RC?
Run it, and run it some more. When you look at what they're able to do, they're fascinating offensively. You mentioned having Jalen Waddle last week, and that would have given them an opportunity to add to what they could do on the outside. But it was really Raheem Mostert in his start to this game. And then you look at what Devon Achane was able to do as well. There's so much speed, and you're so locked into trying to stop the big play to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle that they'll get in 21 personnel. That's 2 backs and 1 tight end, and absolutely demolish you in the run. We saw it against the New England Patriots, and you saw it last week against the Denver Broncos. It turns out you can get 70 without throwing it a ton when you have this sort of speed in the backfield.
Absolutely right. I know that everyone loves the long passes, the huge accumulation of passing yards, but the running game is why the Dolphins racked up 70 points against the Denver Broncos. RC is 100% correct. Since I know that many of you hunger for stats, I'm going to drop some stats here that are going to blow your mind. You probably haven't heard this anywhere else. Tua Tagovailoa threw for 11.8 yards per attempt against the Broncos. Devon Achane averaged 11.2 yards per carry. And remember, 2 of Tua's passes were those shovel passes, which were basically extended handoffs. So basically what you're left with is that Achane's running production was quite similar to Tua's throwing production. That's simply amazing. If for no other reason but to confirm what we saw last week as being real, Mike McDaniel absolutely has to continue running the ball. So let's continue.
And then I just wanted to point out some of the things that the New England Patriots tried to do in order to negate some of these, get the ball in your playmakers' hands quickly and give those guys space to go while you're trying to defend everything else. But here's a great example of something that Bill Belichick did. He gave this guys looks. He has Bentley here who's going to add on as the 4th rusher and drop out Matthew Judon just to take away an early access throw. And I know what people are saying, well, they still completed this pass, but look at the coverage and the space that's not given up. You're there to make a tackle quickly on Tyreek Hill because you give a different look. And then here, they bring Kyle Duggar up. They almost give you almost a zero look almost. And just trying to play with Tua eyes to make him make a quick decision and understanding that this ball is going to come out hot. So Duggar bluffs the blitz and then drops back out and gets a hand on the football. These are just some of the ways that you can try to get Tua's eyes going in a different direction or try to just hide a little bit and drop in some of those zone spots. It's a tough deal to defend these guys, but you got to play with them some kind of way to get your hands on footballs and also give Tua something else to look at.
The New England Patriots showed everyone the game plan for beating the Miami Dolphins. They just didn't have the offensive personnel to pull out the win. You can bet that the Buffalo Bills saw that film and are going to look to replicate everything they saw Bill Belichick do. The Patriots held the Dolphins' high-octane offense to just 7 points in the second half. And they held Tyreek Hill to just 40 yards in receiving. 40 yards, that's all Tyreek Hill had. So with that as a background, here are my 5 keys for the Miami Dolphins to emerge victorious and remain undefeated against the Buffalo Bills.
Number 5.
Forget last week. This is more for fans than it is for the team, but everybody has to forget last week even happened. What you saw last week will not happen this week. I don't usually make predictions. Everybody who watches my videos knows that, but I'm going to make a prediction this week, and I guarantee you it will be correct. The Miami Dolphins will not score 70 points against the Buffalo Bills. I repeat, the Miami Dolphins will not score 70 points against the Buffalo Bills. I guarantee you that. It's not going to happen. So forget about it. You had a week to bask in that glory, but now it's time to put away the press clippings. Buffalo, they don't care that you scored 70 points last week. Buffalo doesn't care that Tua Tagovailoa was the AFC Offensive Player of the Month. And from his recent statements, I'm pretty sure that Mike McDaniel has made that perfectly clear. And he's going to make sure that these guys don't come anywhere near a trap game against the Buffalo Bills.
You know, I think division opponents, you have what's been really, probably under talked about is need to be motivated for a game like this, check your pulse, or maybe consider a career adjustment.
Number 4.
Welcome to the Vic Fangio coming out party. Everyone knows that Vic Fangio has been running a bend but don't break type of defense, and everyone includes the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he's going to force us to be methodical. You know, the shots down the field aren't always there. So, again, taking what's given, and then a big emphasis is the red zone. You know, he's always been very, very good in the league when he gets inside the 20 of making sure his defense is locked down, kind of a bend, don't break mentality. So, again, just making sure that the game plan stuff that we got going in, we're familiar with, we love, we know what we're doing out there, and at the end of the day, execute.
This is game 4 in the NFL season. At this point in the season, a quarter of the way through the season, there are very few surprises that you're going to launch against an opponent. Everyone knows that the inside linebackers for the Miami Dolphins must step up. With Josh Allen at quarterback this week, inside linebacker play is critical. This week, Josh Allen comes into this game averaging more yards per carry than he ever has in his entire career. While he has indeed been turnover prone, I mean a lot of turnovers, the Miami Dolphins linebackers are going to have to contain him if he takes off. Rather, when he takes off. This will be a huge challenge for a team that plays back so often and has had such weak linebacker play.
Number 3.
In what may be a close game, maybe even a shootout, special teams could make the difference. They're going to be really important, I think. Jason Sanders really excelled last week as he made all 10 extra points, but that Patriots blocked field goal has to be in his mind somewhere. Special teams needs to be on point this week and make sure that crazy formation that Bill Belichick ran doesn't happen this week.
Number 2.
Don't beat yourself. Absolutely do not beat yourself. No turnovers, keep the penalties to a minimum, and oh my God, Connor Williams, we got our eyes on you. You can't go crazy with these snaps this week. It's that simple. Don't put the Buffalo Bills in any kind of position where they can capitalize on a Miami Dolphins turnover or mistake.
Number 1.
Run the damn ball. Can I say it again? Run the damn ball. We all know last week that the Dolphins ran all over the Broncos, but that was last week. 350 yards rushing. Devon Achane with 203 yards in his debut, basically, and Raheem Mostert with another 82. But that's not the most important stat that I've been looking at. The more important stat is what the Dolphins have accomplished on the ground this year. Did you know that on the season thus far, the Miami Dolphins have been averaging 6.1 yards per carry? That's phenomenal. If you can run like that, you can get that kind of production out of your running game, you can basically beat anyone. It also means that the big guys up front are kicking some ass. That and the fact that they probably have made Tua Tagovailoa's uniform the cleanest uniform in the locker room. Put all that together, you're getting tons of yards on the ground, you're scoring on the ground, and you're keeping Tua Tagovailoa safe. And to me, that means that the recipe for victory is a big old heaping helping of running. So those are my 5 keys to the game. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Ready for a great game. Feeling good. Kind of switched up on you. That wasn't me live. That was me showing you my top 5 keys to the game. I posted a day or so ago. So I've got a different color shirt on. So didn't mean to screw people up. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for coming yesterday and watching the Colorado game. My voice may seem a little hoarse because, oh my God, I had to keep talking for all that time and then right back into it today. Excuse me. But ready for it. Ready for a good time. Ready for some giveaways. Let me just go here and go through my list here. Welcome you. As I always have to say, cannot show the game on the screen. So if you guys are tuning in to watch the game on the screen, I can't do that. NFL will just kill the stream. And hopefully the stream won't go down today. So everything looks good. So right now looking at my levels. So that's good. Thank you again. Today's October 1st. September was my biggest month ever. just blew the competitors away. 2, 3, some in essence 4 and 5 times what some of these other channels get. And I have no one to thank but all of you who have supported me. I know the Twitterati just can't stand me. They hate me. But you guys show up in full force and watch the videos. And I must applaud you guys. Thank you very, very much for that. Gonna have to go even harder this month, so I'm gonna keep pushing it and add some different live shows and go on as well. But thank you very, very much. Got something new for you here. Everybody should have received their notification in the email. There's one guy, I think I sent you two gift certificates by accident that was meant for somebody else. So if you could let me know so I could retrieve that. If you have not gotten yours for any reason, that is the new text number specifically for my Dolphin stuff here. Actually, all my YouTube stuff. Just go ahead and text me at that number. I've got a special dashboard set up, and I can respond after this broadcast. But that's going to be the number. I can keep everything separate, so it's between my phone and the actual text number. And I'll put that up when we get ready to do today's giveaway, so no, we don't have to worry about writing it down. I'll flash that when we get ready to do our giveaways. Now, back to business. Inactives today. Skylar Thompson with that fake inactive thing that they do with quarterbacks. He's inactive. Jalen Phillips, big blow there, big blow. So he's inactive. Deshaun Elliott may be a big one. Eli Apple. So two of the guys in the backfield back there, defensive backfield. Connor Williams, Liam Eichenberg will be playing center today, at least starting at center. They say Connor still has an oblique problem or something, but we'll see what happens there. And Tyler Croft. And don't forget those 3 names I added at the very top there. Easy-E, Craycraft, and Jeff Wilson are still on injured reserve. Jeff Wilson, I think, is scheduled to come off next week. He should be available. Craycraft and Easy-E are lost for a couple of weeks. So that's where we stand right now. Do me a favor.
Come on, show some love and click that like button.
I've got as many of my sound effects. I showed some of you guys yesterday who were here for the Colorado game, all set to go. Ready for a good game. I think I timed it just right. It's 1 o'clock. They may be going to kickoff. Let me just take a quick comment so I can make sure that's working. And boom, yeah, people on TV picking Bills more than Dolphins. I would assume that. I would think they would do that because of the fact of they think that Miami hasn't played anybody yet. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what the prevailing theme has been. Some of the people I've talked to is that between Denver and the Patriots and San Diego, Los Angeles having their problems, they don't think the Miami Dolphins have been tested today. This is a statement game. This game right here is going to test Mike McDaniel. Let me rephrase that. Should test Mike McDaniel. I got to believe, as I said in my keys to the game, that these guys are going to replicate what the Patriots did. The Patriots had a good defensive scheme against the Dolphins. They just didn't have the offensive firepower to do anything about it. These guys do have the offensive firepower to do something about it. So we'll see. We will definitely see how this thing turns out very quickly. And let me check my scoreboard. Scoreboard's ready to go as well. Let's see what I here. Jules said we need a 10-point lead early. I wouldn't have a problem with that if we got out early. Tom Stockel said they've already done the coin flip and the Bills will be receiving first. Interesting. I would have thought they would have deferred, but I guess it makes sense that they keep that high-powered offense off the field as long as possible. Interesting enough, as they're showing on the screen right now, I mean, just going to have to salute this guy. Damar Hamlin is playing today. The guy nearly died on the field, and today I guess he's starting because he's on the field right now for the kickoff team, so you can call that a starter. He is starting. That's simply amazing. So we got the game ready to go. Jason Sanders is ready to kick off. Let me just make sure I'm straight with my scoreboard here. There we go. And we're underway. Of course, with Jason Sanders kicking, you're going to get a kick out of the end zone. And that's it. So Josh Allen walks onto the field. Hope everybody, this is a good one. And let's see, Stephon Diggs. If I'm them, I just got to keep Miami off the field. Keep keep the Dolphins off the field. All right, here we go. First play of the game. Tom Stockwell, I guess, has already seen it. We got Josh Allen is in a shotgun. James Cook, I believe, is the running back, Dalvin Cook's brother. Got Stephon Diggs in motion. There's an inside handoff. Goes for about, he ripped up the middle for about 8, maybe 9 yards. That Swiss cheese defense looking like Swiss cheese. I'm surprised with the defensive front with Wilkins and Sealer that they let that happen. I expect that with the linebackers, but that was just that was a really piss poor effort. No other way to call it on that one. Tom says his antenna is 16 seconds faster. All right, here we go. They're going to call it 2nd and 2, so I could give him 8 on that. Josh Allen in a shotgun. He's back to throw. He avoids a rush, throws it out to the slot, and it looks like he's going to get a first down. Who was it? Number 11, I think that's Gabe Davis. They had him. That's Hardy. They had him behind the line of scrimmage. Just piss poor tackling. Seeing it all through college, all through NFL. This should have been a loss. And who is that? Couldn't see the number for the Dolphins, but he just whiffed on the tackle. Pretty poor. Can't stand. Not tackling is like one of my pet peeves. Now he's under center. Josh Allen, again, handoff up the middle. This time they do stop it. Maybe 2 yards on that play. So good stop. They're huddling up each time, so I think they know they're going to have to just keep the clock running. Shorten the game. Shorten it for Miami as well. Yes, Stuart, I believe that is definitely going to be a strategy. Clog the middle. All right, so you got 2nd and long. James Cook is back in. Obviously, you know that Jalen Phillips isn't out there, so let's see what these guys can put some pressure on. Josh Allen goes with a stutter count. He's got plenty of time. Has the man wide open. And that's going to be short. I think that's that new tight end, Kincaid, who's really impressive. So, again, this week is also something new. The Dolphins are facing a strong tight end. I know that the Patriots had Gesicki, but we know how strong he is. These guys are a little bit different. So it's going to be 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 maybe. Nice catch by the tight end. Yeah, they're calling it 3rd and 1 on television. So he's in a shotgun, so he's not up under the line of scrimmage for this 3rd and 1. Handoff and goes for 2 or 3, makes the first down. This will make for a real fast game. If this is what Buffalo is going to do, this will make for a fast game. And we've already seen like almost 4 minutes go off the clock that fast. We're down to, it says 11:51 on the game clock. So it's 1st and 10. Here we go again. Josh Allen in the shotgun. He's got James Cook to his left. Let's see what goes on. Here's a snap. Another inside handoff. This one stopped after about, I'd say after about 2 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 8. I just hope the Dolphins understand. I'm sure Vic Fangio realized that by doing this, by running, getting those linebackers to inch up for that tight end to take a quick pass. As Josh Allen said in his interview, take what they give you. He knows they're going to try and take away the deep stuff, which means that the stuff underneath may be open, depending how the linebackers play today. All right, 2nd and 8. He's under center on this play. Play action, wide open. I mean, not wide open. They had a rush on him. Oh, but yeah, he was wide open. Who is that? Stephon Diggs on the catch? Can't see. All right. So they hit the receiver, Stephon Diggs, after he made like a 10 or 12 yard gain. So you know what that means? That means we gotta play this.
it yourself.
So right off the bat, the Dolphins do something stupid. Right off the bat. So they're allowing Buffalo. Stephon Diggs was, as I remember, Kader Kohu. He was right there with him, took a good route, and once he was out of bounds, he pushed him. It's bad enough you got beat on the play, then you got to go ahead and hit the guy out of the bounds. Pretty dumb. Darren Batten says that was a weak call. I might have to agree with you, Darren. All right, so it's 1st and 10 on the 19. Josh Allen's looking for an open guy, and he's got one. There's a touchdown. All right. Wow. It was wide open, too. I mean, he did like a stutter step. He looked to his right, halfback where the relief valve wasn't there, and he just took the guy in the end zone. Guy would look like he ran a wheel route, or did he just, it's a wheel route. It looked like, if you guys saw that, didn't that look like the same route that Tyreek Hill scored against San Diego? That wheel route that, they used that same motion. The guy was, I don't think Josh Allen realized how wide that guy was open. All right, 7-0. Hey, Jimbo, what's going on, brother? Yeah, I already had 7 on the scoreboard. Yeah, the scoreboard's faster than the YouTube thing. Wait a minute, where's my mouse? Am I having mouse issues again here? Okay, hold on. Ooh, what did I just do? Okay. Yeah, defense looked kind of weak on that entire drive. The score, I'm not sure who number 20 is. Tom, who's number 20 if you have the roster in front of you? I know he's probably in there because of, wait a minute. No, it's not Cam Smith. Cam Smith is 24. I don't have the roster up here in front of me. Defense looks atrocious. I don't have my woosah. Where's my woosah? Woosah. First quarter, first drive. It took 5 minutes off the clock. Woosah. Now we get to fight back. Oh, spammer time. Let me get rid of this spammer real quick. I got something for you. You're done. And you're done real quick. Hold on. Where is that spammer? Boom. Dead. Done. You're done. All those. The other thing with the spammers that are kind of funny, why do you post like 6 times in a row? If I were them and I wanted to like infiltrate a stream, I would like post once, wait like a minute, post again, but then they drop in 6. That's pretty stupid. No, Chris, I bought a new, actually, you know what's funny? I can actually show it to you. I just went and bought a brand new mouse for today. And I think what's happening is my CPU doesn't like my mouse or something. I'm not really sure. Yeah, Sabrina, we just gotta breathe. 7-0. React. Gotta fix what you just happened, and you gotta score here. What's up, Pablo? Thank you for showing up today. Thank you very much. Let me scroll back down. Hey, Rob L., you're one of the guys. You need to check your email. If you haven't checked your email, your gift certificate should be there. Chris Harrelson is a new face. Fangio might need to go somewhere else. He has not impressed me. We had one of the best run defenses last year, and now they can't stop the run at all. I know a lot of you aren't feeling it yet from Fangio. I'm actually one of them myself. I mean, I just don't understand. I've never been a big proponent of bend but don't break. I like to have a very aggressive defense, but for some reason, that's how he is. Hey, Joseph, how you doing, brother? Joseph says, yeah, they made it look easy. Real easy. All right, here we go. We got the ball in the end zone. He's running it out. And who is that? Probably Berrios. Berrios brings it out to about the 22-yard line. 22-yard line. All right, let's see what happens. Tua takes the field, leads the guys out here. 1,024 yards passing thus far, leading the league in passing yardage. I see Teron Armstead out there. That's a good sign. Let's key in on Eichenberg and see what Eichenberg does if he's able to block them big guys up front there. And no bad snaps. All right, here we go. First play of the game. Tua is in a shotgun. He's in an empty backfield. First play of the game. We got Tyreek's in motion. No, that's Mostert in motion. Oh, they blitzed real quick. Okay, so he got rid of the ball to Durham Smythe. They blitzed him on the first play. So, a little bit of a chess match right there. You know what? I think Buffalo's like, if you keep throwing to Durham Smythe, that means you're not throwing to Waddle or Tyreek, and they may be okay with that because they brought that blitz on the very first play. Didn't get there. Don't think it's going to get there all day. Especially, let's see, Tua has got a back behind him. He's got Mostert behind him. Let's see if they can run the ball here. Tua's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Buffalo defense is moving all over the place as Tyreek is in motion. Play action, and he's got the tight end once again. So, real quick, and I just said it, he's going to take that tight end if you're going to cover Tyreek and Waddle, which I think is a place setting. I think that's going to be a place setting for Buffalo. They're going to let him think that tight end is open. He's definitely his relief valve. He comes off it really quick, and then watch what they do eventually to take that away. All right, first two plays went right to the tight end. Little got the 48-yard line. Another man in motion. Inside handoff to Mostert, and it's going to get maybe 1 or 2 yards. Not much of a hole there that time. So it's going to be second and long. Interesting, Mike McDaniel is going with a huddle this week, so this game looks like it might be a slower game. A quicker game, but slower in terms of getting the plays out. So he hadn't been huddling as much, but now he's into a huddle. He's got Tua back in an empty backfield once again, which means they're not running unless they bring somebody across. Buffalo's moving guys all over the place. Tyreek goes in motion to the left. Tua just throws it, and it almost got picked off, but I think Waddle caught it. Did he catch it?
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Wow. Let me see, make sure. Did he catch it? Yeah, Waddle picked that ball out the air for a first down. But Buffalo is all over the place. They look like maggots, gnats, just moving all over the place to try and stop some stuff. All right, so Tua's an empty backfield again. With that play, Tua is 3 for 3 now because Tua's rolling out, and he's complete to, is that Tyreek? Down at 15.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
So they're moving the ball right back at him. Tua's already 4 for 4. Already 4 for 4. I'm trying to see what they're doing. They ran the motion, Tua play faked, and they didn't get to him, and Tyreek came across the middle and caught that. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 from about the 15. He's got Mostert standing next to him. They motion out Tyreek. Quick blitz. Ooh, did he catch it? Wait a minute. Offsides. That's going to be offsides on Buffalo. So they're moving the ball right down the field, right back at you, buds. Right back at you. Going to be a shootout. Definitely going to be a shootout here. Yeah, be careful of the disguise. Yeah, absolutely. Mike McDaniel does so many different things, but you got to understand that probably the guys on Buffalo are expecting that, and they're disguising stuff as well. All right, so it's 1st and 5 from the 10-yard line, so they can get a first down without scoring. Hand off to Mostert. He's going to probably be, that's A-Chain. A-Chain down to the 3. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line, and that's another Miami Dolphins. so I can see on the scoreboard, as you guys can see on the scoreboard's faster than YouTube. This next play must be a touchdown. All right, so we've got A-Chain in the backfield for those of you guys who haven't seen it yet. He's behind Tua. Tua's in a shotgun. A-Chain behind him. Tyreek's in motion. Tyreek goes back in motion the other way. And handoff to A-Chain, who just shreds it in for a touchdown.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. Yes, we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
Wow. So they answered right back at him. This is going to be the Thriller in Manila. I think we're going to see a lot of Rock'em Sock'em Robots right here. I know that's an old guy reference. If you guys don't know what Rock'em Sock'em Robots is, that's one of the toys people in my age group grew up with. Rock'em Sock'em. Just keep going at each other back and forth. Well, already down to just 6 minutes left in the first quarter. The game is moving extremely fast. This is going to be a shootout. It's setting up to be that kind of a shootout. Pablo says, I've been worried about our D. I hope I'm wrong. Can we mute Romo? I actually like Tony Romo. I don't know why so many people dislike him. Yeah, what does he do wrong? Dan Pilarski, come on, defense, let's get this 3 and out. Yeah, it would be nice. Ali Frazier, the Thriller in Manila. Absolutely. Wait a minute. Ali Frazier, wait a second. What was this? What is the gay? Okay, so you're going to get yourself in trouble here talking about the gay colors on the coaches' hats, because you know what it is. We're not supposed to talk about these kind of things. We're supposed to just let it slide. You know. I like Romo's play breakdowns. Sometimes he can be annoying, but Mike McDaniel says, I want to see Allen pressure this drive. Yeah, let's see. He was a cow patty. He's talking about him being a cowboy. I want to be a cowgirl. Tony's favorite player is Josh Allen. Van Ginkel is better than Chubb, and he's a lot less expensive. I can see next year that they have Jalen Phillips and Andrew Van Ginkel and then do something else with Chubb instead of spending so much money on him, because Chubb is good, but the production versus the investment, I don't think it's there. You guys can tell me if you think it's there. I don't think the investment is worth Bradley Chubb, but I don't know what they're going to do. They're stuck with him at this point. Rock'em Sock'em, red or blue? Definitely red. Always red. I just was gravitated to the color red as a kid and just loved the red guy. Love the red guy. Jimbo says Van Ginkel is the man. What's this? Dolphins D needs to play zone coverage and containment, spy on Allen, force him to run. Do you really want to force Josh Allen to run? Is that what you're saying? You want to force him to run? I want to take Chubb back for a return purchase. No refunds, baby. No refunds here. Ain't gonna happen. So we got 6 minutes to the first giveaway, and boy, do I got some whammies for you today. I got 3. They're not gonna be easy. Not gonna be easy. Ain't worth it if you ain't got to work for it, right? So be ready. All right, here's kickoff. And Jason kicks it into the end zone. Oh, they're bringing it out from 5 yards deep. What a stupid move that was. That was pretty dumb. Dumb. Well, you got it out to the 20. I remember when that used to happen. They should make it that way. You can't, unless it goes out of the end zone, you have to return it. That would make the game so much better. Make them have to return the football. So here we go. He told your daughter Tom said he told her no returns, no refunds. All right, 1st and 10 from the 20. Wow, Josh Allen like Tua. I just realized their stat. Allen was 4 for 4. So both quarterbacks came out, red hot. Gotta love it. That's the kind of game you want to see. He's under center. Let's see if he hands it off to James Cook or not. Yep, right to James Cook. Goes for, I'd say 2, maybe 3 yards. So you can tell what their offensive plan is. Keep the clock running, make it a short game. They're gonna, they don't want to get into a true shootout, but they want to go tit for tat basically. But they want to run the clock, keep Miami off the field. 2nd and 7. He's in. Josh Allen is back in an empty backfield. He's back to pass, no pressure at all. Nice throw. Is that the tight end again? Yeah, that's it. That new tight end, Dustin Kincaid. I love him. So it's going to be 3rd and 2, 3rd and short. Let's see. Yeah, he's in a shotgun. Different running back this time. Not James Cook, the other guy. Looking around. Not much changing of the plays yet. So whatever they're calling, they're going to go with. They're blitzing him, but wide open. Running back underneath was wide open. Remember in my top 5 keys to the game, I said it was going to be critical to see what the inside linebackers were going to do. We know that Jalen Phillips isn't playing, so we know AVG and Chubb, they're considered linebackers, but I call them defensive ends. But what are David Long and Jerome Baker going to do? If we don't call their name, if you don't hear us calling Jerome Baker and David Long most of the game, then that tells you there's a problem. That play, there was a problem. So it's 1st and 10. And looks like they had a formation issue. Yeah, I thought they were going to have to call timeout. That formation looked pretty crazy. Yeah, Chubb forced a fumble last week. Got to give him credit where it's due. You mean in a 70-20 route? Yeah, he did. It makes sense. What's up, Will? How you doing? Makes sense. Bringing it out of the end zone is part of the field of play. Yeah, just play the ball. We need pressure from the interior line as well. I would think that Sealer and what's his name, big Christian Wilkins, looking for that big paycheck at the end of the year, that he would get some pressure on him and do something. What else we got here? The difference will be the Miami defense. I agree completely. This is too much. Tom Stockwell, good point here. This is too much like the '84 Dolphins offense without a defense that didn't work out. Defense, it's not without a defense, but this is, like I said in my video, this is the 4th game of the year. It's basically a quarter of the season right now. There's no surprises. So I'm not sure if Vic Fangio in preseason had created a defense that relied really heavy on Jalen Ramsey. Maybe that's what it is. He really needed Jalen Ramsey. And we know he has said a couple times that he doesn't feel he has the personnel as of right now. Channing Tindall's still not playing. But there's no more excuses. You're 4 weeks into the season at this point. 4 weeks. At this point, you got to know who can play, and you have to expect injuries like Eli Apple and Deshaun Elliott not playing and be able to manage accordingly. I don't like the bend and break style. I like to see an aggressive defense, but this is what he runs, and this is what he gets paid gazillions of dollars to do. Yeah, I don't see the aggression either. Not as much. Jalen has not gotten any big plays. AVG has. Remember, Jalen was hurt. That excuse. I don't want to give him an excuse, but if he wasn't feeling well and he played through some of that pain, that might be it. That might be it as well. This game is already living up to the hype. One of the hypes I hate is I hate so many commercials on CBS. I feel like they run more commercials than anybody. You guys all psyched for the Taylor Swift Jets going against the Chiefs tonight? Taylor Swift Chiefs going against the Jets? Because that's what it's going to be. We should take a lottery and how many times are they going to say the words Taylor Swift tonight? How many times will they show her? Rams up 14-0 on Indy. Thanks for that credulity. All right. He's 6 for 6 now. 1st and 10, back to pass. No pressure whatsoever. Hits that tight end again. Oh. What did I say? What did I say about the lack of tackling? I keep saying it over and over. People say I'm too old school about it. But, oh, my God, man. When you see a guy that big, you cannot go up top. He just manhandled Javon Holland. Dude, he's like 6'6", 250, and you try to tackle a guy up front, I'm going to run you over. You got to stick him low. God, they don't know how to tackle. All right, empty backfield again. Josh Allen has started 7 for 7. Plenty of time. Right back to the tight end. Again, look, you guys can see it yourself. There's no friggin' tackling. There's something for you to go ahead and get pissed off at Vic Fangio. Hey, I don't know what you're doing. I understand that a lot of these guys don't get to hit during the week, but you got a problem. So he's now 8 for 8. He's under center, and they mix it up. They're going to hand off the ball. Oh, he broke it he's still running down to 30, 20, 15, 14-yard line. Wow. Yeah, Xavier. I mean, I'm pointing it out over and over. I pointed it out yesterday. There's something wrong in football right now. Well, people, look at it, the missed tackle. People don't want to tackle anymore. Maybe they're making so much money. I'm not sticking my head in there getting a concussion, maybe. I ain't doing all that. Maybe I can get them to come down, but, man. All right, so it's 1st and 10 from the 12. And I'm not being negative on a person. I'm being negative on the game. The game is what's dictated this. There's, penalty or timeout, whatever. It's not against the Dolphins I have a problem. I've been noticing it in football in general. People aren't tackling. There's almost like this epidemic of people trying to just throw a shoulder at somebody, when I was playing football, we were told, 1, get your shoulder in, 2, wrap. You got to wrap. Some of you old timers understand what that used to be like, and it's just not happening these days. Hannibal, I only received 1 gift card, but when I open the email, it says addressed to Vipey. Ooh, Vipey, did I send yours to the wrong place? Let me know. Okay, thank you, Hannibal. I must have got it messed up. Like I said, if you guys didn't get yours, let me know. Yeah, Jimbo, I feel like a dinosaur telling people, wrap up. I can't believe how many drills we went through in high school and college. Wrap up. All right, 1st and 10 from the 12. Allen back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Now he's going to take off running. And look, okay, now we got a tackle there. That was by 29, whoever that was. But that was 5 yards downfield. Brandon Jones with the tackle there. Okay, so it's 2nd and 7. Did you see how much time he had? Wow, nice block on the guy. I said pancake right there. Josh Allen, the reason he has so many turnovers, he's always waving the ball and stuff while he's running. All right, 2nd and 7. Inside handoff to, just shredding the Miami Dolphins defense. That went for about 4 or 5, so it's going to be 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. This was what we all were worried about. All right, 3rd and 2. Let's see if he can hold him. And no, he's down to about the goal line. Man, they're just pushing him back. Wow. All right, guys, 1st and goal. Let me get rid of that spammer real quick. Oh, he's already been deleted. All right, so it's 1st and goal. Inside handoff. They're going to do the butt push into the end zone. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. I bet you the NFL gets rid of that rule next year. I mean, makes a rule. You can't do that butt push. Ugh. Yeah, that's a butt push. I just said that. Hold on. I get rid of the spammers. There's one guy in here testing it, this Best NFL, and he's dead now too. It's like Raid. I got like Raid for spammers. Raid. They haven't changed the score on the scoreboard yet here, so it's sometimes they're ahead, sometimes they're behind. Boyer compared to Fangio as like a beautiful cheeseburger on TV, all nice and neat, and Fangio's all thrown together burger reality. See, one of my problems was, and I've said it often, got people pissed at me, is that eventually somebody would figure out what to do against the Dolphins, and if you end up doing it, the other teams are going to watch. And so I see a thing happening right now. And what I'm seeing happening is slow the game down, shorten the game. Don't let it turn into a 70 to something. Don't give them that many offensive possessions. And that's exactly what they're doing at this point. Just reduce the game. So you're down to a minute left in the first quarter, and the Dolphins have had the ball one series. Can you imagine if this is the type of game where they only get 4 or 5 series in the entire game? This is going to end. No, it's not. They're gonna have 2 series in the first quarter. So let's say that's the way it's going. You're gonna have 8 series the entire game. Man, wow. What did Pablo say about tackling? Let me see what he said. I'm trying to scroll back. I was running my mouth here. I don't see it. Okay, so Fangio, Hannibal Rector said Fangio did say that he didn't have the personnel he wanted to run the defense. Well, go get them. You had since April. And they were writing checks left and right. Go get the players. They're reviewing the play to see if his knee was down, so they haven't credited the touchdown as of yet. George, you didn't get yours? Wait a minute. I know I sent it to the right email address for yours, George. Wait a second. I mean, I don't want to say your email address on air here, but I did send it to George. I'll send me your email again so I can verify, because I can't say it. I don't want to post it on screen here. But I did send one to a George Williams. I hope it was the right George Williams. But again, hey, George, go ahead and send your email. Send me your information by here. So I'm trying to manage this stuff a little bit better. Just go ahead and send it to, what are we doing here? Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, send it there. All right. Let's see if it's in end zone. I guess it might be short. No, that's a touchdown. They're going to call it a touchdown, or they're going to bring it back? His knee is where he's down, but it's where the ball is when he goes down. It's going to be tough. Touchdown still. Okay. Yeah. I hope they don't go to another, the play stands. I hope they don't go to another commercial. They can only shorten the game if the defense can't stop them. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. You know, the second half is going to be a completely different game. Well, second half, Miami will get the ball first, so it'll start off a lot different. Rob L says whoever gets the first stop on defense wins this game. Very, very well could be. Whoever gets the stop. Pablo says, I've always said that defense is about angry dog play. If I lose it, it won't be because I'm not taking your head off. Deion Sanders made that kick is good. Deion Sanders made a speech and said basically the exact same thing that you just said. It's not going to be me. It's not going to be because of me. And that's exactly what you just said. Not having Connor is hurting us. I need to go back to here. Not having Connor is hurting us. Not yet. I mean, 2 is 4-4 or 5 of 5. He's doing well. They scored, so I don't know if it's hurting. And Connor doesn't play defense, so I'm not sure we can say not having Connor is the problem. Merrill Harris, nice to see you here. Haven't seen you before. His helmet was not past the white line. Doesn't matter where his helmet was. Where was the ball? And what happens? They didn't have definitive view to overturn it. So that's their stupid get around it all rule. Michael Southern said, can't adjust your way out of a butt whooping if your defense isn't physically up to the challenge. Not a butt whooping yet. I gotta go back and get my woosah. Gotta get it ready for you guys. We're okay. We're okay. 2 is like 5 for 5. They're gonna get the ball again here in their second position. Let's just see what happens here. All right, so Barrios grabs it. He's out to about the 30-yard line. He almost broke it, got caught. Okay. Miami needs a turnover. No, not you mean Miami's Buffalo needs a turnover. Miami needs to force a turnover. That's what you might be saying. Okay, at what point do we start blaming the players on the field as well? These guys on defense aren't showing me the same effort as the guys on offense. That's a good point. The guys on defense, I think they're going to blame it on Vic Fangio. I mean, I don't think these guys are bad players. So I mean, what exactly is the problem with them not being able to defend the run? All right, 1st and 10. Let's see if Tua can keep it up. There's a snap, quick play action. He threw it, got Tyreek. Real easy.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
What's really interesting is that they're getting pressure on Tua today. Nobody can cover you. You can't do anything if nobody can cover Tyreek. so all your plans go to the wayside with Tyreek because I don't think Tyreek knows where he's going to go sometimes. He just finds an open area. All right, 1st and 10. So now Tua is 6 for 6. 14 for 14. Oh, they almost had a sack there. So, that play went for maybe 1 or 2. They're going to call it a yard, 2nd and 9. End of the first quarter. It's going to take it down to the end of the first quarter. All right, here we go. Let me make sure they run out the clock. I think they are because it says end of the first. All right, so we got our first one. Again, these are going to be a little bit more difficult to test you guys to see what you guys got here. All right, let me make sure. Yep, end of first quarter. Okay, here we go. You guys have all heard this song.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball.
All right, so you've all heard that song after every touchdown since 1972, 73, or whatever. But did you know the guy who wrote that song also got pissed off at Miami because they weren't giving him any cred, and he wrote the exact same song and changed Miami Dolphins to another football team? What was the football team that he exchanged the word, the team for? Miami has the blah, blah. He changed it and gave it to another team to use as their fight song. Oh, wow. Wow, Chris. I thought that was a stunt. I thought that, I was so proud of myself with that one. I said, nobody's going to get that. Dude, hats off on that one. Hats off on that one. Great job. Wow. Houston Oilers. Exact same song. He just changed the words and said, Houston's got the It's the same exact song. So go ahead, Chris. I know you already have my email, but please don't text me to this number, your email information. I think I already have it, but anyway, go ahead and get that to me. Damn, that was fast. How did you get that so fast? How did you know that? I didn't even know that. Wow. Wow, that was sweet, man. How fast you knew that. Bunch of you guys knew that. Bunch of you guys did. Yeah, it was also the Oilers song. Wow. I didn't know that. I never knew that the guy, yeah, and Lee, Letty even knows who the guy is, Lee Hoffman. Guy got pissed off because the Dolphins weren't like, hey man, don't you love this song? Don't you want to play it? The story is he called like one of the radio stations in Miami. They hung up on him because they didn't realize he was actually the guy who wrote it. And so he just went down to the Houston Oilers and gave them the exact same song. And everywhere in the song where it said Miami Dolphins, he just changed it to Houston Oilers. And the rest is history. And then I think I read something where Stephen Ross, they tried to do a different version with T-Pain. It's like a rap version. And Stephen Ross was like, nah, man, go back to the old one. Go back to the old one. Good job, Chris Wheeler. Hope you're feeling better. That was pretty wild. I didn't even know that. Had to look it up. All right, guys. Back to the game. They're back in here. Second and 9 right now. Looks like Tua is in the shotgun. He's got Mostert to his right. He moves up to tell Eichenberg something, maybe a different blocking scheme or something. Tyreek in big motion. They're bringing a big blitz, plenty of time, and nice catch by Mostert.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Now, that was a beautiful catch by Mostert, but damn. I mean, Tua would have thrown. I mean, you got two guys. You threw that into double coverage. That could have been really bad. I mean, two guys. Unbelievable catch there. Pinpoint throw as well. All right, 1st and 10. Both quarterbacks are whatever number, 7 for 7, 8 for 8. They haven't missed a pass yet. They're down to the 26-yard line. Tua's back to pass. Wide open. Oh, did his feet come down? I'm not sure if his feet came down. No, his feet didn't come down. He almost hit Tyreek on the outside, but that's what everybody keeps saying. Understand, that's going to be what Buffalo is going to try to do. They're going to try to make him force a throw outside the numbers. That was outside the numbers. Tyreek got up. Nope, couldn't get down. Let me see his feet. Nope, couldn't get him down. Nice throw, though. All right, so here we go. Third down. 2nd and 10. Tyreek is getting a blow real quick. Tua's in shotgun. He's got Mostert. Oh, bad snap. That's going to cause a problem. Whew. Berrios made good on that. Berrios made good by even making a gain on that. You can't keep doing this, man. I can't believe y'all can't find a center.
Don't beat yourself.
All right, so 3rd and long. Who's he going to look for? He's got to look for, let's see if Tyreek's back in the game. Yeah, Tyreek and Waddle are both back in. Tua's in an empty set. Nope, they bring, I think, A-Chain back next to him. It's back to pass. They bring in Heat. He throws it over the middle. Boom, got him. Who is that? Berrios.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
I'm stunned here. I've never seen this. Both quarterbacks are perfect right now. Both of them. Oh, no, wait a minute. They're going to call that one to Tyreek an incompletion because he was out of bounds. So almost both quarterbacks are perfect. 1st and goal. And they're trying to blitz. They just can't get to him. Can't get to him if he's getting away that fast. So he's in an empty backfield again. Nope. And he end around, and A-Chain is in the end zone, baby.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. Yes, we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
Settle in, boys and girls. Settle in. Whew. This is going to be a wild one. This is going to be a wild one, obviously. People can't stop either offense here. It's going to be a wild one. Xavier Stewart said Romo's talking like people scared of Buffalo. A-Chan is killing it. Love this guy. I don't think we need to ever talk about Jonathan Taylor or Dalvin Cook ever again. Let's just not bring that up. And like I said last week, I think Jeff Wilson, if you bought a house, you might want to call a realtor. I know one, but you may want to call one as well, because man, I don't think you're going to be around. Yeah, Jules, what a game so far. Absolutely. I'm going to have to get another button here because we're going to call Jackie Achan. Yeah, I got a great gift for that too. That's racist. Okay, you're at the game, and it's crazy out here, but we're looking good. So you're up in Buffalo at the game. Great. John Gidd says he hopes that Fangio chews some ass after that quarter. Man, it's absolutely the type of game I love. Barry rules for winning. Run the damn ball. Said it. I think that was number one. It was the number one rule. Run the damn ball. Miami Mac. Hey, brother. Defense needs to start rattling Josh, because it's when he's desperate, he starts turning the ball over. Tom says, need to let the Bills score with 6 minutes left so they can tie it at the end of the half. It's just gonna keep going, because I haven't seen. Have you guys seen any sign that either defense can stop either offense as of yet? Definitely going to be something where people are going to start dialing up stuff and trying to figure things out. Remember how many times that song played with Earl Campbell scored against us? Earl Campbell. See, you're showing the age again, man. You're going way back, bringing up the FOGs here. Bears are beating the Broncos. Denver is. Bears are beating the Broncos. Denver's a little horse from last week. Are we really? Are they really beating the Broncos? Then you just go ahead and toss that game out. Hey, Letty, what's going on? Let's see here. A fan on Twitter. How much should we pay? I believe that what's his name, Vic Fangio, is getting somewhere in the neighborhood of $4 million a year. I think he's the highest paid defensive coordinator in the league. I think it's $4 million. Okay, here we go. He ran a kickoff out of the end zone, out to about the 20, and let's see what the Bills answer with. I'm pretty sure it was $4 million a year is what he got. That's a lot of money. A lot of that. I know he's the highest paid defensive coordinator in the league. Yeah. Vic Fangio needs to solidify this defense. Absolutely. All right, let's see what happens. Stop talking with so many commercials, guys. Let's go. Neil Montgomery has a funny comment. We're going to have to score 70 points to win this game, too. All right, so Bills are huddled up. They were. Now they broke the huddle and went back to... They broke the huddle, went back to the huddle. I'm not really sure what the heck's going on here. All right, 1st and 10 from the 21 or so. They're in a classic. They got the running back behind him. They got a guy wide open. Who's that? Stephon Diggs. I don't know about bend don't break, because that was some serious breakage right there. I mean, you're playing 10 yards. Cater Kohu is playing 10 yards off with Stephon Diggs. If you're going to play 10 yards off of Stephon Diggs and give him the in-breaking route, Josh Allen's going to complete that every single time. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. And he fakes it. He's looking deep, way deep. What we got here? Did he catch that? Or is it going to be interference? Yep, interference. So our defensive backs are getting eaten up. Yeah, Hannibal, you're asking what is Cater doing? Cater's getting eaten alive right now. That's what he's doing. I mean, you're playing 10 yards off and you still get beat. I mean, I know Stephon Diggs is fast, but he's no Tyreek. You're playing 10 yards off and you still get beat deep. Oh, look at that. I hate seeing that kind of stuff.
Don't beat yourself.
All right, so now it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20. That won't count as an incompletion, so Josh Allen is still perfect. He's still perfect with this play. Look at the tackling. Look at that tackling. I'm beginning to sound like a broken record. Again, I'm not being negative against the Dolphins per se. I don't know what's happened in the NFL. Nobody can tackle anymore. It's sickening, disgusting watching people not be able to tackle. Vic Fangio, you're getting paid $4 million. Maybe you might want to just get these guys into classic tackling drills. The old Oklahoma drill might work. You guys remember the Oklahoma drill if you played football? That was a drill. All right, 2nd and 1. James Cook is behind him. I believe that's Cook. And there's a handoff. Oh, God. I don't know what the defensive line is doing. I don't know what the defensive backfield is doing. This is... Mark, you're absolutely right. I mean, I don't mean to keep harping on it, but we keep seeing it. These guys are just getting blown out on the line, and they should, if they had tackled a couple of these guys. All right, it's 1st and goal from the 6 or so. Josh Allen in a shotgun, halfback to his left, inside handoff fake, and did he catch that? No. Now he made a good play on that one. Kader Kohu with a good play on that. Captain Swole, I believe they emphasize scheme over fundamental tackling. Wait till you see the playoffs and who wins. It's going to be guys who can actually do the fundamentals. How many points could you shave off of a team if you just were better fundamentally in a long 17-game season? All right, 2nd and goal, inside handoff. He's going to get down to about the one. Stopped at the 1 yard line. It's way too much when you know it's coming. Oh, we got a flag. Maybe it's against these guys for holding. Let me see what we got. Yeah, where was that comment? I got to find that. Jordan Calhoun says Dan Campbell can teach tackling. Oh wait. Oh God. What do we got here? Offside holding. Got to be holding or something. Yeah, Pablo, you're right. That they call that the tush push. I bet you the NFL bans that next year. Illegal formation offense. You're going to back them up 5. You're going to repeat 2nd down. Okay. Yeah, I know. So here must be somebody older guy here says the Oklahoma drill is banned. You remember it? It was brutal, absolutely brutal. All right, so it's still 2nd down with the penalty. It's 2nd and goal from the 11 now. I see the scoreboard has already changed, so I'm assuming we're going to see a touchdown on this next play for you guys that aren't. Josh Allen runs around and finds, is that Stephon Diggs in the end zone? Wow. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Rob. Diggs is killing Kader Kohu, killing him. Fun times. You know what's sad about it? You're serious as a joke. D is awful. You know what is sad about it? You've got a championship caliber offense, an offense that is Super Bowl worthy. I think all of us understand that. And you got a defense that may not be playoff worthy. And you just thank God you have Tyreek Waddle and Tua, because you're gonna see this over and over again. It's 21-14. Now Tua's got to get back on the field and he's got to answer. And every time they get the ball, this time was 2:45, Tom said, but You said you can't ban the tush push. Patriots did it for 15 years before Philly did it. Yeah, that's true. Let me get rid of this spammer, short-lived spammer. There you go. You're done. Boom. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's just we can go through this every single week, and we don't get paid $4 million a year to coordinate this defense, and anybody can see it. Every single Dolphins fan can see it and go, yeah, championship offense and college defense. It's really bad. Dang it. Oklahoma drill is banned. Cheerleaders. Wow, George, you went hard. Cheerleaders on defense here. Charles Day. Love the new names here. If the defensive coordinator is so great, why did the previous team get rid? Don't get me started. I said those exact words to people. I got, oh, Barry, you're a hater. You're a hater, Barry. How can you say that? Vic I'm like, Vic Fangio got fired. He was the coach of the Bears. He got fired. His last job, get out of here. So if he got, your exact comment is something I've said for months, and I'm like, if you're so great, why did the Bears suck? And you got an offense this year with Mike McDaniel and the guys on offense that are carrying your butt. Could you imagine? Can you even imagine at this point what this team would be like if they didn't have the offense that they have? If they didn't have Mike McDaniel? I mean, because obviously defense. Let me ask you a question. How much difference is this going to be with Jalen Phillips? Well, Jalen Ramsey. If Jalen Ramsey is back in, maybe Stephon Diggs doesn't have his way with Kader Kohu. So maybe it's just his personality. What's going on, Sabrina? How are you doing? We could have had, we could have had Micah and Kimura. We had to take Waddle. Now we live with 55 and 51. Yeah, absolutely. If the players don't tackle on defense, and if your quarterback gives up 40 yards cushion penalties because he doesn't know his head to cover it out of players, yeah, George, I said that a couple of months ago. People flamed me. They got all pissed off at me. I'm like, dude, he got fired. He actually got fired. So it is what it is. I didn't make it up. It's common knowledge. He got run out of Chicago. All right. Tua, it's on you again. Here comes Braxton bringing it out. He's going to get crushed at about the 21-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10. 10 minutes left in the second quarter. And no, I don't completely blame the coaches for them losing. They had a lot of issues last year. Yeah, but I'm looking for the improvement. Have you seen much of an improvement? And I don't even mean from last year. Have you seen much of an improvement in the last 3 games? All right. 1st and 10 from about the 21-yard line. Let's see, Tua's in a shotgun. And we got guys going in motion and back set, and there's a snap. Who's got the ball? Mostert. Mostert goes for about 3 or 4 yards. We got a flag. Hey, Mark. Nice to see you. We're here. Here come the flags. Yeah, that's the next thing that happens. We got a Buffalo Bills guy who's down kind of hard. Flag is number 47. George spotted it. Number 47 for the Bills. They're kind of beat up as well. I mean, obviously with Jordan Poyer and a couple people. What's the score? Oh, I'm sorry. The score is 14-7. Or 21-14 rather. 5-yard penalty. I put the scoreboard up. Sorry, guys. I forgot. Hit the button. He's still down. Looks like his shoulder. Definitely a shoulder injury. All right, so 9:54. Yeah, it does look like his shoulder. They're touching it. Our running game isn't as effective this week. No, because you're playing with some big guys. I believe with their defensive tackle, Ed Oliver, another big guy inside there. Again, Denver, Patriots, I don't think those were relative opponents. I think we're as I said, people got pissed off at me. At one point I tweeted, and I said, hey, you realize the teams that the Dolphins are playing were collective 0-6. Oh, Barry, you're just being negative. I'm like, damn, how can you guys look at stats and go, that's negative? At that point, the Chargers were 0-2. At that point, the Patriots were 0-2. At that point, the Broncos were 0-2. I said the collective record of the teams that they've played so far were 0-6. I didn't make up a stat. Oh, that's stupid. I wouldn't even bring that up. Now you're seeing the result of that. Now you're seeing them play against another playoff caliber team, and you can see the defense is definitely suspect at this point. Offense, I don't think any of us has a problem with the offense. Offense is just up here. It's next level. I can't imagine the meetings between Mike McDaniel and Vic Fangio and the other coaches, and you got to walk in, dude. I got to carry you guys again. Do these guys got to carry your asses again? Because that's the only way they're going to win. They're going to have to, as somebody said, we're going to have to score more points than the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, it is that simple. But because the defense just can't stop anybody. Mark Phillips, the Dolphins cannot win this game with the defense playing like this. Well, it depends on how often they get the ball, because remember, at this point, Josh Allen is perfect. I don't have the exact stats, but I believe he's like 9 or 10 for 10, and Tua is basically perfect. Tua is like probably 9 for 10, except for that one pass to Tyreek that his foot came down. So you can't. The offense can't do any better than they're already doing. Each possession they've only had the ball twice, and it's resulted in 2 touchdowns. So what more could you ask of the offense at this point? Fangio would sit at the end of the table 10 yards away from McDaniel. He probably should. Absolutely. All right, 1st and 15. Let's see what happens here. 1st and 15. Tua is in an empty backfield. Tyreek's in motion. And they threw it the other way. That was almost picked. Almost picked. Serious question. Is this why they don't want to pay Wilkins in case they have to go with blowing up entire defenses starting over? Very well could be. I mean, I don't think they have to start over, but that was scary. That could have been a pick 6 real easy. All right. Wow. So it's 2nd and 15. That was scary. Tua's in a shotgun. He's got Mostert to his left. Mostert's looking for a play. Oh! Now, look. You see that hit? That's hitting somebody. The way he just hit Barrios. I mean, he made sure, he didn't rap, but he made sure Barrios was not going anywhere. Look at this. Look at that. Classic. Bam! Get your ass on the ground right now. That's what a defensive back does. Boom! Get your ass on the ground. Wow. 3rd and 13. Let's see what the genius dials up here. Mike, Mike's got to play. You got to look for Tyreek at this point. Or Waddle. Waddle's been very quiet. I don't think Waddle had that one pass that he caught by the tip drill. All right. 3rd and 13. Oh, don't beat yourself. Wow.
Don't beat yourself.
So now we're looking at 3rd and 18. 3rd and 18. If you're Mike McDaniel, what do you do here? Do you just take a shot or just play for the punt? Okay, here we go. 3rd and 18. Come on, guys. The stadium is rocking up in Orchard Park, Buffalo. They're down to 10, 9, 8 seconds on the play clock. Come on, man, get the play off. Okay, good pressure. They're trying to screen underneath, and he's got some room, but he didn't bring the ball with him. Who recovered it? Barrios. Wow. Wow. The first defensive stop by either team. Now the trouble begins. That was the first stop. The Bills just, Mike Southern says, Bills just broke serve. Absolutely. If Buffalo scores here and put the game on, no, it's not out of, come on, Tom. You sound like me on Twitter. It ain't out of reach with this offense. I don't think anything's out of reach. It's not out of reach. Here's what needs to happen, and Nate Dogg's got it pegged right now. Defense needs to step up right now. They have to make a stop. They can't let him go down. Yeah, really, Jimbo. Everybody, woosah. Chill. It's 21-14. Still a half of a quarter left in the first half. There's plenty of time. Gonna have to make some changes, but yeah, Michael, the defense has to step up. Absolutely. The season is over. Oh my God. We'd love to see this. Joe Sykes says, let the defense make the stop, and then we score before the half and tie it up and get the ball back at the beginning of the quarter. Yes, ye of little faith. I go to church for faith and watch football to see what kind of people are performing, execution. And right now we're not seeing the execution on defense. Ain't that about my faith. My faith is strong. Okay, Barry, the Bills have always been our kryptonite. The D needs to ramp it up or else. All right, so I think the consensus here right now is that the defense is stinking up the joint. So right now, during this timeout, if I'm Vic Fangio, and he's up in the booth, whoever's calling his signals down on the sidelines needs to get these guys together and go, hey man, you cannot keep playing like this. And then especially you, Cater, come here. I don't know what the hell you're doing over there, but Stephon Diggs is eating you for lunch. You got to do something. Getaway Greg says we just can't beat the Bills in Buffalo. Can't blame it on the weather. It's gorgeous right now. I love how they flip-flopped it. So we're playing in Buffalo during the summer and basically in Miami during the winter. I don't have a problem with that. All right, here we go. Again, Josh Allen, I believe, is still perfect. So, Tom, do you have another bad tackle by long? You're ahead. What's Josh Allen's stats right now? Is he like 9 for 9 or 10 for 10? They haven't showed it yet. Okay. Here we go. 1st and 10 from, let's see, where are we here? On the field from about the 23-yard line. And he's back to pass. Plenty of time. First guy, no kind of tackle. David Long, he owns you. Second guy, just pushed him out of bounds. I'm not going to say it no more. I've said it enough, but you guys can see it yourselves at this point. You are not going to bring down a 6'6", 250-pound guy by weight. And that was just a halfback you couldn't bring in. That was a halfback you couldn't take down. That wasn't even a tight end. Wow, 11 for 13 for 134 and 12 of 13. 12 for 13 is Josh Allen, and 2 is basically the same. All right, 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. We're going to call it the 50. Handoff. Ooh, that's Sealer. Nice. He just stuffed it. Blow the whistle, ref. What the hell are you guys doing? Nice play. Very nice play. That's how you stop it. They're showing a score. Baltimore is up on Cleveland 14-3. All right, 2nd and long. They got him out of schedule here, so we got him at 2nd and 13. And again, the big thing is you're keeping that offense off the field. Only 2 possessions so far. They're showing blitz, or he got him to show blitz. Now what are you going to do with it? All right, he's back to pass. And he got a completion to Stephon Diggs again. So it's going to be 3rd. Now, Josh Allen is working the refs. I don't know if you guys are seeing. excuse me, I don't know if you're seeing this, but he's really working the ref. So I'm not sure if he felt he got hit after the play. Let's see what happens here. Oh, yeah. Wilkins, I don't think Wilkins meant to, but he did hit him after the play. Dolphins. All right, so let's go here. 3rd and 5. Tight end in motion. Back to throw. Knock the ball down. It's going to have to punt. Was that a sack or incompletion? Oh, wait a minute. What are you doing? They're getting a little chippy here. Getting big guy. Oh, what's Chubb doing? We're getting a little chippy here going on here. Well, all right. All right, so going to get a punt here. Going to get a punt. It's amazing that 8 guys can't bring Allen down, but after the play, a light brush can knock him back 10 yards. So we're going to get a punt here. Wilkins does get inside people's head. He's good with that. He's good. All right, so no harm, no foul. Both offenses got knocked off their kilt for a little bit here. And clock is still running. 5:35. Oh, where's this thing coming down? Ooh, wow. Good play on special teams. It's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 5-yard line with 5:28 left. Nice kick. Finally, a defensive stop, right? Good stop by the defense. Faliman says, good job, defense from Let us break down. I agree with you. I don't mind the chippiness whatsoever. Unless they call it a flag, but if the refs are going to let boys be boys, let men be men on the field, I don't mind the chippiness. Just let's let the guys play. All right, 1st and 10. They didn't go to commercial. So 2 is 11 for 13. Josh Allen's 13 for 15. Here we go. First and 10 from the 5. Alec Ingold is in, so there's probably going to be a run, a quick pitch to the right, and doesn't go for much, maybe 1 or 2. All right, so if I'm thinking like Mike McDaniel right now, I don't want to punt from my end zone. You got to get a first down here. You got to get a first down at least. Because there's 4:45 left in the half. I don't want to give the Buffalo Bills, if we're not going to score, then don't give them the ball back while you're deep in your end. 2nd and 7. 2 is, he's got, looks like it's Achane next to him. Whoa. That's got to be a flag. No flag there? I thought I saw Dolphins moving. That's interesting. Yeah, Achane is definitely shifty. Achane is not someone you're gonna catch. None of these guys can you really catch, but okay, here we go. So it's 3rd. Let's see, we're gonna have 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 2. Just give the ball to Alec Ingold and just get in there. All right, let's go here. Come on, man. Let's just go ahead and just give it to Alec. You don't even have Alec Ingold in the game. What are you doing? Oh, no. No, Armstead is down, guys. Armstead is down again. Oh, boy. He doesn't look good, too. Looks like he's in a lot of pain. No, he's going to be okay. He's a big guy, man. Get up. You're all right. You got dinged. He's always hurt. Let me see if I can look from an offensive lineman's position, see what happens here. Oh, he just got bent over. Yeah, he got bent over on his... I bet you his back is hurting. Hey, did you see what happened to Tua on that play? So Tua gets hit. Did you guys see any jiu-jitsu on that one, or did his head hit the ground? Go ahead and rewind that and look. Remember what we had said about jiu-jitsu only helps you if you can see it coming? He got nailed, and his head did hit the ground. So if you're taking Armstead in 4 minutes and he's walking gingerly, if it's his lower back, it's really easy to aggravate a lower back. Really easy to aggravate lower back. Look how slow he's walking. I'm thinking that might be a lower back type thing because it's very hard to walk when you hurt your lower back. If you guys are watching on TV, go rewind that play and look at that play and watch how Tua gets hit. Most people aren't going to talk about that because they want to keep the jiu-jitsu myth going, but you watch that play. Oh, what the hell was that? Did he call a wait a minute. What was that? I didn't see him call for a fair catch. If he didn't call for a fair catch, how is that a penalty? Let's see. Yeah, he got pushed. All right, no penalty. Good call, guys. Good call. Yeah, let us. Yeah, I believe that was a back spasm or something as well. Maybe you can go in right now and get a massage or something. All right, so you got 3:51 left in the second, and you've got Buffalo with the ball, 1st and 10. So they're going to go to commercial. They're going to play. It's 2:19. So this game is almost half over. It's only been an hour and 20 minutes. All right, so they're on the 40-yard line. They don't have to go far to get into field goal range. Let's see what they do. Inside handoff to James Cook, and he goes for about 5 yards. They're going to call it 4 on television, look closer to 5. All right, so, Wow, Betsy, you got kind of harsh here. Glassjaw Armstead out again. The dude's trying, man. He's trying his best. Oh boy, this is as you can see on the scoreboard, something must happen here because this scoreboard already flipped. All right, so, and he's back to throw. He throws it underneath. Diggs got, oh, you got to be kidding me. You really have got to be kidding me. This is nuts. How many guys had a shot at bringing him down on that? So maybe this is what Vic Fangio was saying. He goes, you're making me play with Kader Kohu, and he can't stay with Diggs. He's beating him. All right, 1, 2. 2 guys had a chance to tackle him, and they both blew tackles. 2 guys had a chance to tackle him. Oh, man. Tom, it's not over, bro. It's not over. I'm usually the one everyone yells at for saying saying these kind of things. I'm trying to be optimistic. Buffalo has the problem I have, excuse me as I wipe my eye, the problem I have here is that Buffalo is showing people how to combat the offense. They've had the ball 3 series in the first half. They scored twice, and then they had to punt. Now you're down your offensive lineman, and your defense can't stop a high school team at this point. I've never been more embarrassed than right now during that play. If you're embarrassed, imagine how Kader Kohu must feel. Let's see here. It's only that whenever we play the good teams, we get embarrassed. A lot of time, I'm gonna try to build you guys up. I know people say I'm negative. Come on, guys, come on. Plenty of time left. It's game 4. You can come back. Plenty of time left here. You come right back down here. Understand? You come back right here and get a score. You get the ball back at the beginning of the second half. So. Let's just I think you got to score here, even a field goal. Worst case scenario, is you definitely don't want to give the Bills the ball back again. So Berrios brings it out to about the 30-yard line. Has the safety made a tackle yet? I couldn't tell you. Javon Holland. I haven't called. Has anyone is Xavier Howard on the field? I haven't called his name. Or are they just picking on Cater Kohu right now and saying we're just going to go after this guy? All right, so Miami's had 2 punts. They've had 4 possessions. They've punted twice. When's the last time Miami's punted? I think they've had more punts today than they've had all season. All right, 1st and 10. Remember, Teron Armstead is not in there. They're going to bring some heat on him. They're going to bring heat on Tua. Yep, here we go. Right off the bat, Tua tries to throw outside to Mostert and gets him for about, I think he got a first down. I think we can give him a first down on that. I don't know what they're doing with Tyreek anymore in terms of how they're defending him. I mean, this might be great, all 22 to watch. It's going to be second, but he's having to throw to the tight end and his backs. Waddle has basically been invisible. He's in an empty backfield on 2nd and 1, so they're definitely not running here. So he's back to pass. Pressure. He's getting chased out of the pocket. He's throwing. Oh, almost picked off. Almost picked off. That would have been a pick 6. Yeah, that would have been a pick 6. You notice what they're doing. They're getting Tua off. That should have been a pick 6. Yeah, wow, that was close. Definitely got lucky. Tua cannot do that kind of shit. All right, 3rd and 1. Got to get this first down. Hopefully Alec Ingold's in the game. You just hand it to Alec Ingold. Just go for the first down at this point. All right, 3rd and inches. What the hell is that? Oh, gosh. It's falling apart quickly here. Who got this fumble? They're still trying to figure it out. And it's going to be Bill's ball.
Don't beat yourself.
You guys watched my keys to the game earlier? Don't beat yourself. Mike McDaniel's a genius, but that play was doomed. That play had no chance of succeeding. I don't know why he just didn't run that up the middle. That had no... they're swarming. Wow. Oh, Cameron, you're absolutely right. Cameron writes, I would chew everyone out at halftime. Oh, it would not be pretty. It would definitely not be pretty. I'm like, hey, guys, hey, we're not in Denver anymore. We're not playing Denver. Understand that? Stop reading your freaking press clippings. You're not the... Whew, wow. All right, so it's 1st and 10 from the 30. Plenty of time, 2:14. Inside handoff, they stopped it really good. Stopped it right off the bat. So take it down to the 2-minute warning. Buffalo has 1 timeout after the 2-minute warning, so it'll be... When they get back, Buffalo will have the ball, 2nd and 11, with 2 minutes left and 1 timeout remaining. This is a great question, Michael Southern, you're asking here. Your question is there a way Mike McDaniel can make adjustments for Fangio at halftime? The head coach can step in at any time he wants and say anything he wants to say. He's the friggin' head coach. What's the Teddy Roosevelt thing? The buck stops with him. So if he decides he wants to insert something and say change, get this guy out, put this guy in, he has the last word. But will he? I don't think he's going to overrule Vic Fangio. I think Vic Fangio at this point is trying to do the best he has with what he has available. I mean, if Elliott Apple isn't playing, if Elliott Apple and Deshaun Elliott are both not playing, so who else is back there? Nick Needham? I don't know if Nick Needham is ready to play. As we've said, Xavier Howard at this point has been a ghost. I haven't mentioned Xavier Howard's name once. And he's the other cornerback. Javon Holland, there's not much going on. What Fangio, I think, has a problem with is a good quarterback. I think that's where the big problem is. I think that's where the Miami's defense really becomes shaky. Yeah, I understand they played Justin Herbert, but their offense just doesn't have anything. I don't think anything's really getting exposed here except for the defense. And here's why the offense can look bad if they have to come from behind, and you know that they have to pass. I mean, Tom or Pablo, one of you guys, how many running attempts have there been in the first half thus far? That's a very telling stat. If the running stats aren't there, if they're not committed to the run, and this has been one of the problems with Mike McDaniel, is when shit starts hitting the fan, he abandons the run instead of just, hey man, it's only 28-14. You're going to get the ball back in the second half. Run the ball. Don't feel like you have to get it all back in 2 or 3 plays. Run the damn ball. Did you say Armstead is done for the year? Nah, I don't think he's done for the year. Have they said that? No way. I love this one. Tell Fangio he's got to ride a bike back to Miami. All right, so here we go. We got plenty of time. 2 minutes, 2nd and 11. Have to have a stop here. Absolutely have to have a stop. Let's see here. And here's a snap. He's back. And they got him. Got him on a sack. Very good. Very good. So it's going to be 3rd and 15. Good defensive play. You notice that Vic Fangio dials up the blitzes when the Dolphins get in trouble instead of being aggressive all game. Bring the heat, man. All right, so it's 28-14, minute and 50 seconds left, 3rd and 14. The clock stopped, so Buffalo called their last time out. Let's see. That was a good play by Andrew Van Ginkel. Gotta like that. The Bills have an elite middle linebacker. Yeah, they do. All right, so it's... Wow. Back to pass. We're late. Throwing deep. Ooh. He's hurt too. Nice. 31-14, scoreboard says. So we're... Did you see the cornerback had no idea where the receiver was? Justin Bethel had no idea, wasn't even looking. They were so lucky on that pass. Wow. All right, so he's going to go for a 53-yard field goal. Don't look at the scoreboard if you 53 yards to see what kind of leg this guy has. I guess we already know he makes it. I just like to see how strong his leg is. Oof. Wow, that would have been good from 60. That would have been good from 60. Whew, wow. It has to be considered a win. No, I can't consider it a win. Tua about to put up 6 touchdowns in a comeback. Don't doubt it. He could. He very well could. Am I way behind? Yeah, I can't do anything about it. That's just how YouTube does. So we're a good 15, 20 seconds behind. Scott McCullum says there are 2 halves. We will win the second half through adjustments. Now, normally, that's a good comment. Normally, I would say yes. Most adjustments that are made at halftime are offense. What the hell are you going to adjust on defense? The Bills aren't doing anything special. They're running fly patterns. They're not doing any funky offensive plays. They're just beating our guys. So what's the adjustment you do at halftime? Bring more blitzes? Maybe. But I don't see there being a lot for them to do. All right, so Dolphins have 2 timeouts, 1:39 left. Got to score here. Okay. They're going to run out of the end zone again. Barrios is just going to let it go, so they're going to have to take it 1st and 10 from the 25. All right, Tua. We'd love get a 2-for-1 here, score the touchdown, and then get the ball back on the second half. Personal sack. Oh, no. Sack. So you guys are ahead. You can see the sack already. This reminds me of the Baltimore comeback. Yeah, it could happen. It could happen. No Armstead, though. That's a big thing. No Armstead. Last 3 possessions for the Miami Dolphins. 2 punts and a fumble. That doesn't sound like Miami. All right, Tua's got the ball 1st and 10. Actually, Miami has the ball 1st and 10. Tua's getting the snap. Yeah, play action. He's coming back, and boom, he goes down. He goes down hard. Oof, wow. Let it run out, Mike. You guys are falling apart. Let the clock run out. Durham Smythe got eaten up. Wow. Let it run out. All right, so that was only his 2nd sack of the year, incidentally. 2nd and 14. He's back to pass. Heated again. Ooh, nice hit. Barrios for about 6 or 7. I don't think Miami's gonna try and do much. They may just want to take it in the locker room at this point. They're really taking their time. They're letting the clock run. So yeah, Mike has decided that we'll try something here. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys may already know, but this might just be a quick handoff or something. They got like 3 guys in the backfield. There's Tyreek goes in motion, inside handoff, and it's going to be 3rd and 7. Still 16 seconds left, so I guess they called another timeout. Matt Milano, as much as people say he's a dirty player, he doesn't miss no tackles. That kid can hit. He can definitely hit. 4th and 4. I don't even know if I'd punt. I said, damn, is Miami going to get the 70 steamer drop back on them this week? No, they ain't going to score that kind of points. Seems as though we didn't prepare for Buffalo. It's like all play calling is off. Yeah, just something doesn't seem right. But now it's going to be really hard. You're 17 points down, and you're going to have to throw. And just going to let it go out. All right, so it's halftime. We're close to it. They've already got the halftime score up at 31-14. So it is what it is at this point. They're probably going to kneel down. You would say, let's see. You would think Miami spent the week how they were the best team in the history of the NFL instead of preparing for the Bills. That was one of my other things. Don't read your press clippings. Don't read your press clippings. That was a dirty hit on Tua last year by Milano. And if he gets a chance, he'll take a hit on him again. Vipey says they went for Mostert's knee right there. Miami has to run the ball. Bills aren't biting on play action. No, they're letting their safeties just play on it. Let's see where we go here. All right, so total yards, Tom Stockel. Thank you, my very good friend. Total yards 262 to 171, and not seeing 400 yards passing today thus far. So what kind of adjustments can he make at halftime? Somebody mentioned the offense can make some adjustments. Mike McDaniel probably already has in his mind what he's going to do with the offense. I would try to find some way, if you could send somebody out and look in the witness protection program for Jalen Waddle. He just kind of disappeared. Don't know where he is. Anybody seen him? I haven't. I don't know the stats on Tyreek, but Tyreek seems to be playing his ass off, but not much happening there. So that's pretty bad. On defense is where you have to worry about. So Miami's got down by 17 points. They get the ball to start the second half. Those where the adjustments have to happen. I mean, if I were Fangio, or if you were Fangio, at this point, you know absolutely that Kader Kohu can't cover Stephon Diggs. And obviously they must be flipping the field every time Stephon Diggs comes out. He's looking to see, where he is. Maybe at this point you go man to man and you stick the other guy, Xavier Howard. Go man to man. Put your best guy on their best guy. You follow him wherever he goes. Kader can't do it. Kader Kohu cannot cover Stephon Diggs. So maybe you flip there. And I don't know. Waddle had that one catch, and it wasn't really thrown to him. It was tipped up in the air, and he caught it. So don't know where he is. Yeah, he's been gone. Chicago is 20. Okay, there's a question. There's an answer for you. Chicago, who everyone has said Justin Fields is probably one of the worst teams in the league, is beating Denver 21-7. So Denver will have given up probably close to 100 points in 2 weeks. Doesn't say much. Just take that off the board and just ignore it. It was an anomaly. Denver sucks ass, and don't even worry about it. Frederick says, this is what we need. Get whipped now so we can win out the season. Yeah, but you have to understand, it's like adjust things here. You have to understand, this is something I've been saying for a couple weeks now. The more Mike McDaniel's offense is seen, the more these guys can game plan for it. Everybody, they saw the 466 yards against the Chargers. What happened the next week? The very next week, they played someone who knew what the hell they were doing. And I said this in a video. They played Bill Belichick. And he goes, I can stop this shit. I understand how to stop this. I just don't have the offense to compete. But he saw it. And he's like, this is what you do. I posted a video. You saw part of the video this morning. And I said that they were going to replicate what Bill Belichick did. He's already got the prescription. You're not going to shut out the Miami Dolphins. You're probably not going to keep them under 21 or 28 points. But if you have the offensive prowess to go ahead and score 31 in a first half yourself, that might be the recipe. He couldn't do it with Mac Jones. He could not make it happen offensively. Defensively, they held, Tyreek had 40 yards in that game. 40. That was it. So every guy who's getting big money to be a defensive coordinator, if your offense is good, understand what's coming up. Kansas City, Dallas, the Chiefs. These guys all have top-level defenses, but there's a lot of shitty teams coming up too. So that's why I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the Dolphins making the playoffs, but something has to happen where if they take away this fast motion offense, and that was something else. I'm running my mouth here. That was something else people were talking about. I posted a video, I don't know if you guys saw it, with Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan said that a lot of teams are now taking Miami's plays, and they're running them. He said the Rams ran it 3 times against him. He's running it. So even if Miami isn't running it, other teams are running it, which means more people are seeing it. These guys aren't stupid. There's been offense after offense after offense that has succeeded, and you give these guys time enough, and they're gonna figure it out. And that's where Mike McDaniel has to change. So I've run my mouth a little bit. So let me go ahead and end of the second quarter, and I got another. This one's a tough one. All right. So you guys ready? I doubt many people. You're gonna have to listen to what I say here. You have to listen here. Okay. Everybody knows that Tua Tagovailoa played football in Alabama. The Dolphins have a bunch of players who played in Alabama. Which player on the Dolphins roster played in Alabama but did not play for Nick Saban? All right, let me see if you guys can figure that one out. Which player of all the players who played in Alabama didn't play for Nick Saban? And it's kind of a trick question. I'll give you guys that. Because I'm not trying not to give this stuff away. I just want to see. Nope, not Ramsey. Nope. Ramsey went to Florida State. Good one. I don't know. This is a tricky one. I may have to drop a hint. So right now people are looking at this and going Google. I'm like, what do you mean? There's all these players who played in Alabama. Nope. Waddle played for Nick Saban. Yeah, this is a good one. All right, so I'm gonna give you a hint. If you listen to what I said, nope, not Wilkins, not Armstead. I said he played in Alabama. I didn't say he played for Alabama. So nope, not. He played for a college in Alabama, but it wasn't for Nick Saban. Another hint for you. All right. So all these players played in Alabama, but one of them played for a college in Alabama, and it wasn't with Nick Saban. Oh, I love this. I love it. It's causing you guys to think and look. And if you go too fast, you'll go right past it. Boom! You got it. There you go. Scott looked it up. The answer is Tyreek Hill. Absolutely. Tyreek Hill, along with Raekwon. Okay, who are these guys? Okay. Raekwon Davis, Lester Cotton, Deshaun Hand, Waddle, Tua, all played for Alabama. Tyreek played in Alabama at a college named West Alabama after he got kicked out of Oklahoma State. He played West Alabama, which is in a town like 50 miles southwest of Tuscaloosa. So yeah, it's Tyreek Hill. You got it, Scott. That was a little bit of a tougher one. I wanted to make people work for it. So go ahead and text me. Let me get that out the way. Go ahead and text me your information, and I'll get that card out to you. 786-947-7440. And I'll be sure to get that out to you. That one, a friend of mine gave me, and he's like, I didn't know. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, Tua, Waddle. Number one, I didn't know they had so many players from Alabama. I did not realize that Tua, Waddle, Lester Cotton, Raekwon Davis, Deshaun Hand. He just raided the Alabama locker room, and then Tyreek went to West Alabama. Let me get some comments here as we're waiting. This version of the Fins is what? This version of the Fins is sleeping on the first half, and the second half is saying something totally different. Call the monster comes alive. Well, understand, it's not like Buffalo's going to be standing still. At the same time, the Dolphins are in their locker room doing stuff. Buffalo's in their locker room doing stuff. Thanks, George. Yeah, the next one might be as tough as well, but they're definitely doable. Tom says that Chicago is running similar plays that the Dolphins ran against Denver. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That was Jimbo says that was a good one, right under our noses. My son said, "Your son got How did he know? How did he know? I had never even heard of a school called West Alabama. Didn't know it existed. So I don't know how. And think about that. How did Kansas City and Andy Reid draft Tyreek Hill from West Alabama? They must have had their eyes on him for quite some time. Yeah, Sam. He went to a school called West Alabama. Never even heard the school. Oh, so Jimbo, your son guessed. Good guesser. Good guess. He'll do good on the SATs. Ray Finkel, in the words of Lenny Kravitz, it ain't over till it's over. No, it's not. It's definitely not over. I don't feel it's over. Big O, what? Big O 41. Don't give Wilkins a penny. Has not done shit now or ever. A lot of people are going to be looking for money next year. See, that's another thing. They got to win this year because there's going to be a lot of people looking for some cash next year. Oh, wow. Tom Stockwell says that they're making Justin Fields look like an all-star. 258 yards and 3 TDs. This is the guy that people were like ready to bail on and say he wasn't going to be a good quarterback. So, wow, Wow, that's very, very crazy. Finns need to quit running east and west plays on third and short. You have a bruiser of a fullback. You've got Alec Ingold sitting right there. Are you telling me that Alec Ingold can't get you 1 yard? Or is this offensive line so putrid, which we know they're not? I mean, last week they got 350 yards rushing. So you can't say this offensive line is putrid. You got to give them a shot to do it. Offense is not helping either. Fumbles and bad play calling is hurting us, and penalties. Let's see. That's like Charleston Southern being in North Charleston. Yeah. Miami just needs to stop Diggs and make them look for someone else. All right. I'm in the locker room with you. You just said that you guys just need to stop Diggs. Second question I'd ask, who's going to stop Diggs? All right, so we're going to have to go with a zone or a double on one side of the field to watch out for Stephon Diggs because Kader Kohu can't do it. So at the same time, you know that the Buffalo offensive coordinator is thinking to himself, here's how they're going to counter Stephon Diggs. Hey, Gabe, here's what we're going to do. Or what may happen, given the success they've had, what if Buffalo just goes into basically their version of a prevent? Just run the ball, dink and dunk, run time off the clock, and then Miami just doesn't have enough possessions to catch up. That's my concern. I was looking to see if you guys were going to get it. And I'm like, okay, so I get the ball, and I realized just to run, take some time off the clock. I think a lot of stuff will change based upon what happens at this kickoff. With this kickoff right here, they've got to get in and score. No doubts about it. You got to get in and score. Want to say this before the game starts. The Bills lost to the Jets, and the Jets have the worst second-string quarterback in the NFL. If we lose, I'm putting it on defense. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would say that. Definitely defense at this problem. But you're getting ready to kick it off here, and Dolphins will have the ball. I think it's an understatement. Yeah, Michael, you're absolutely right. Where'd that go, Michael? The reason I keep bringing it up is you're absolutely right. They just gave him a big bag. He got paid a ton of money. He's a good bruising fullback, and if you're not running on 3rd and 1, what you're telling everybody is you're telling everyone that last week was a fluke. You're telling everyone that team sucks so bad. We got 11.3 yards a carry from Devon Achane. So they're talking to Mike on the sideline, which is stupid when they have these conversations. So they're asking him. Oh, we got to make some stops, and then eventually, hopefully, got to score more points than they do. Yeah, okay. What a worthless amount of time having these coaches talk to the sideline chicks when he ain't going to tell you what we're doing. All right, so Tyreek's in motion. There's a snap. Ooh, it's like a jailbreak. Blocked it. Just knocked it down. So we watched over the last 3 weeks that Tua was able to get the playoff in 2.2 seconds. One of the things that Buffalo is doing is something they teach you in high school and college. If you can't get to the quarterback, get the hands up. And that's a second almost interception or block. If you can't get in, don't just say, oh, I couldn't get to him. Get your hands up. Tua's a little guy. Get your hands up. 2nd and 10. I was wondering why other teams didn't do that. Even if you don't get to Tua, get your hands up. Block his vision. And they're coming with a blitz, and they throw it out to, who's that? Achane, and he's going to get about 7 or 8 yards. So it's a doable 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. And what you're seeing is they're taking away the deep routes. He's having to take the tight end and the halfback out of the backfield. So now you're at, wow. Yeah, like you just kicked the field goal, Jimbo. Get your hands up. All right, 3rd and 3. And again, he's in a shotgun, so I'm trying to see the formation here, see who's back there. Empty backfield. No, he's got a back next to him. Let's see if he does a quick pitch out. Nope, back to pass. And they're coming after him. Oh, he got through, and he got the first down. Wait a minute, the ball came out, but I think he was down. Yeah, he was down.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
And he almost fumbled. I'm telling you what, Mike McDaniel doesn't want that. He does not want Tua out there having to run and take those kind of hits. Tua's competitive nature is he wants to do whatever he can, but you don't want this guy taking hits like that because the rest of your team's falling apart. All right, so 1st and 10 from about the 35. Tua's under center. Motion. You're going to hand it off to the left side. Look at A-Chain just bust through there. See? That was about a 14-yard gain. Just keep doing that.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Just keep running the ball. Look at the offensive line just pushing people out the way. Just keep doing that. I see Robbie Chosen in there too. Robbie Chosen getting a block on a cornerback out there. Just keep running the damn ball. Let's go, man. Run the ball. Keep it going. Tua's in a shotgun, 1st and 10. Tyreek goes in his quick motion. Play action. Oh, he got hit again. I mean, they're coming in so quick that by the time he does that play action and turns around, we said, why would Buffalo change anything? They just do what they're doing. Yeah, I think their game plan is they're not going to let Tua just have those easy passes. All right, guys, he got hit again, and I'm watching his head. That time he did tuck his chin. Good move. All right, 2nd and 10. Tua under center. They do give to Tyreek. Just give it to Tyreek, and he runs for about 15.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, Miami Mac. That was a good use of running for Tyreek. So you already see what the adjustments are. You already can see what the adjustments are. Mike McDaniel said, okay, we're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball, and we're going to use everybody in the running game, and we're even Tyreek. So it's working. Keep it going. 1st and 10. We got who's in motion. Hand off to, I guess that's A-Chain again. This time he falls forward for about 3 or 4 yards. Yeah, he's a strong back. Pablo, Jeff Wilson should be off of IR next week. So we're running the ball. Keep it going. Just keep running. And then you're going to get your shot. You just got to be patient for it. 2nd and 6. All right, Tyreek is back in the game. Waddle is, they're both split out to the left. 2nd and 6. There's a snap. Play action. He's looking deep. He's looking outside. And he's got Tyreek again. No, that's Waddle. That's another
Miami Dolphins.
So decline that. What can the Bills do to stop the Bills? What can the Dolphins do to stop the Bills on defense? Do something and get Cater Kohu some help. To me, that's what you definitely got to do. All right, 1st and 10. Down about the 15-yard line going in. This is what the Dolphins needed to do. And looks like a halfback pass. No, Mostert just got nailed for about maybe a half-yard gain. Nothing there. Yeah, Jalen Waddle. Okay, interior alignment are Interior linemen are getting outside to make tackles. The offensive line is not sealing off as well. They're faster. They're faster and stronger, and they're prepared. 2nd and 10. Let's see if H-N, maybe they'll pull that shovel pass again here. All right, so Tua's in a shotgun. He's got Mostert to the right of him. Looks like Barrios is in motion. Play action, and he's running again. Good job. Ran and slid down. Very good. All right, so it's going to be 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 from about the 3rd and 6. They're calling it from about the 8-yard line. Yeah, I just heard what Tony Romo said. Everyone's just using the term jiu-jitsu. It's stupid. It wasn't a jiu-jitsu slide. That was dumb. Gotta hurt Bill. Yeah, Mime, I didn't know if anybody else heard that, but he actually said, "There's that jiu-jitsu slide." Oh, good gosh. Running back shows the where'd you hear? Running ball. The ball slows the game down. They need to speed up because they are behind. Well, it's definitely. I mean, you got to take what the defense is giving you at this point. I mean, we're at 9:50 of the 3rd. If they score, they're only going to be 10 down. Let's see what else we got here. Tom Stockles says, I just compare how the Dolphins were built versus the Lions. Lions model is more sustainable over the long term. Can't replace smash mouth football. That's where they need to find one. I think Teron Armstead won't be here next year. I think we all can agree with that. So you're going to have to find 1, 2, maybe 3 stud linemen. You got a backfield. I think Mostert. I think Achane. I think Salvin Ahmed, who we haven't seen at all, which I'm surprised, are fine. Just got to get some stud linemen out there, which will really make a difference. Is it time to pass on Armstead? Dude, he may retire. I mean, how much more pain can this guy take? I mean, I understand the drive to compete, but maybe it's time to just say, hey, I've had a good career. Let's see what you got here, Jimbo. Let me click the button. They got killer sushi spot in Clemson called Tokyo. Thinking about getting some after the game. My wife went out and got us some sushi, so today's going to be I love early games. Early games, you get them out the way, and you can have a decent early lunch, dinner type thing, and then it gives me also time to do some other videos. Spicy tuna roll. Let's see here. I just like my bait on a hook. Uh-oh. The scoreboard changed and I'm still looking at commercials. I can't believe this. I'm still looking at commercials and I'm seeing the scoreboard change. That's a damn shame. How are you supposed to do a live stream and it ain't live? Jeez. All right, so I'm seeing Tom and a couple other guys saying that it's Barrios here on this play. If guys, it's 3rd and 6. Let's see what did Mike McDaniel dial up here. And 2 is an empty backfield. Waddle goes in motion, comes back in motion. There's a snap. Tua throws the ball. Wide open. Barrios. Nice play.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. Yes, we're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
All right, so 31-20, Dolphins going for a 2-point conversion. I'm going to get to Jimbo's comment here. He's back to throw it and knocked away, so he missed it. Why does the scoreboard change before the game film does? The game film is from YouTube TV. So YouTube TV, it's not part of my stream, so it's not about their ads they're putting in. I just think they buffer YouTube TV for some reason. And scoreboard is from ESPN directly, and so it updates in real time, mostly in real time. All right, we're going to do the food thing here. Mark G says he's having chicken gnocchi soup, not gnocchi soup for dinner. Scott Ferguson says we need 3 more touchdowns to put the fear of God into Bills. Yeah, you're going to have to stop them as well at this point. This is a good score. Hey, Tom. Texas 16, Steelers 3. Rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud is doing well. Wow. That's good. Yeah. So, Pablo, why would you do 2 points there? Because you're down right now. If you had gotten the 2 points, you would have been down by 9, which makes it a touchdown and a field goal could win. If you just took the 1 point, you would need a touchdown and a field goal would tie. So Mike's already trying to think ahead in terms of where he has to be. That's assuming and only relevant if they can stop the Buffalo Bills. So here we go, 1st and 10, because that's what it all matters. You can't think that way until you can actually stop the team you're playing against. All right, so 1st and 10. Let me see what they do differently here. And a handoff up to good 4, maybe almost 5 yards on an easy run. Wasn't anything special with it. Just handed it off, and the guy juked and got 4 yards or so. Scott, do me a favor, because I get so many emails. Do me a favor and text me at that number right there as soon as you 786-947-7440. Okay, so it's 2nd and 5. He got 5 yards on that cheap little run. He's back to pass, wide open to the tight end. All right, so let's see here. I just love this tight end kid. Oh yeah, pick up a bucket from Buffalo Wild Wings. 1st and 10 from the 35, man in motion. Play action. He's looking to throw it. Can't find anybody. Runs up a little bit. Still hasn't found. Oh, and then he just threw it. Oh my goodness. What the hell is this we're watching? Wow. Well, so much for their adjustments. I mean, what was that, a 50 or 60 yard gain on a broken play? Not a broken play, but Josh Allen just extended the play. They couldn't bring him down. Everyone's covered, and you see a halfback out on the right-hand side, and he just lofts it over the linebacker. Linebackers are non-existent, and the guy runs down to about the 15-yard line. All right, 1st and 10 from the 15. Handoff, cuts back, goes for an easy 4.5 on this, 2nd down. Miami Max, use Fangio's paycheck to buy new players that can get to the quarterback. If they score here, 2 things are happening. 1, they're scoring. 2, they're taking time off the clock. The clock's running. It just keeps running. All right. 2nd and 6. He's in a shotgun and empty backfield. Let's see what happens. Nobody open. And he's got Van Ginkel with his sack back to the 20. Great play by Van Ginkel to push him back there. All right, so they're going to be a 4th down. We're going to see a field goal attempt here. Defense should be ashamed. Well, defense stopped them on that play. But they keep scoring. So now you see why that 2-point conversion was so important. A 2-point conversion. Now you're at a 14-point game, and Josh Allen's running, can't find anybody, runs out of bounds. It's going to be short, so they're going to have to kick the field goal, which they already have. Why did McDaniel go for 2? McDaniel went for 2 on that touchdown because he was thinking ahead and said, okay, so if we score, we wouldn't have to get just math. There's a chart that you have that says if you do this, you do that. And they went for it. So 34-20, you're only down by 2 touchdowns. Only down by 2 touchdowns. Fangio is the keen. Let me see what your name is here. The Canine. Fangio needs to go. Fangio needs to go. Fangio needs to go. Well, they stopped him. They didn't get a touchdown. Captain Swole says, does Fangio know your quarters coverage doesn't work against every offense formation? I don't think he cares. I think this guy is set in his ways, and this is how he's going to do it with the personnel he has. And it's obvious they're not doing much adjustments in terms of what they saw at halftime. So he's putting pressure on Mike McDaniel. His guys can't stop anything, and he's just hoping the offense can catch up. They just blew the over-under. Over-under was 53.5, so we're at 54. So I hope you guys all took the over on this. That would have been the advisable bet to take the over for sure. Only 2 touchdowns. Are you kidding me? It's only 2 touchdowns, man. It's only 2 touchdowns. I don't know about this, though. I still think they have to stick to the run game. It's getting close where you might not be able to stick to the run game. So let's see here. Let me move your comment so we can see. We're at 5:21 left in the third. Unless you score quickly here, I don't know. I think you can stick with the run game for a little bit more and get down the field. You're only 2 touchdowns, so you're a stop away, a score stopping a score. Am I using wishful thinking here? Maybe. Carrying over point should be a thing. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Pablo says, if I am Fangio, I'm bringing the heat, put the fear of God on Allen. If I'm going to go down, I'm going to crack you every time. If they bring the heat every time, it'll take them 1 or 2 times before Josh Allen will see where that's coming from, and then end up doing something. So let's see. At least they just got a field goal. Jules says, I think me and my beer buddy has them right where we want them. C-Crumb says, let me click the button here. No worries about defense. They will show up and make the play that counts. Love your over exuberance of confidence. That's a good thing. That's a good thing in life as well. Michael Southern says, run game works if you felt the defense had a 3 and out in them, but nothing we've seen. I don't know if they've had a 3 and out all game. All right, so here's the kickoff. Braxton Barrios is getting some serious work. See if he's going to get a return out of this. Now this is out of the end zone. All right, so Tua is going to have 1st and 10 from the 25. Tua's not getting the ball away in that 2.2 seconds today. Not even close. Understand that last touchdown wouldn't have happened if Tua didn't run twice on that drive and convert. And he's so the kid's playing his heart out. 1st and 10 from the 25. Got Achane in the backfield with Tua. There's a snap, bad snap again, and Tua's gonna go down. Oh, He went down. I mean, every time we see him go down, hate it. Yeah, I don't understand as a former center how these guys are. Oh, he hit face first, too. Okay, watch what happens here on this tackle. Boom, he went face first. Scary. At least the new helmet's working. Second and 10, empty backfield. More pressure. Intercepted. And he's still running. Micah Hyde still running. Down to about the 25. Now you have to wonder. Okay, so that interception came immediately after the play that he took the hit. It was a bad decision and a bad throw. Wow. Bad decision, bad throw. Both of those on that play. So let's hope he's okay. Let's hope he's okay. Mountain Man, how you doing, man? I don't think they're trying to hurt Tua. They're playing tough football, though. That's for sure. Nice, man. Van Ginkel, go ahead and just give that guy a raise right now. AVG is kicking some ass. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it because people will trash me, but you hit it. You hit it there. Let's just hope he's okay. Let's just hope he's okay, and that was just a bad read and a bad throw. All right, 2nd and 13 from about the 29-yard line. He's got a man wide open over the middle of the field. And there's David Long. Thanks for the tackle, but you're focusing too much on fucking trying to strip the ball. Sorry, my language. 3rd down. And now we're looking at almost like a death of 1,000 cuts. Is because they don't have to score a touchdown here. They can get another field goal and just keep pushing that lead out. 3rd and 5. And worst thing here is the clock is continuing to run. I'd almost rather they get a field goal here than have them keep going on a drive. 3rd and 5. Josh Allen is wide open. He's going to take off. He hits a halfback. Wow. Some great tackling going on there, guys. Some great tackling. Yes, I'm being sarcastic. Okay, the guy catches it almost on the ground. He's right there. All you have to do is touch him. But he gets up before you get there. Ooh, whiff 1, whiff 2. 2 whiffs on that. 1, 2. And I see the scoreboard's already changed, so we know it's coming. Are you going to tell me that he gets burnt again? Michael Daniels says that Kader Kohu gets burnt here. Let's see what happens. Play action. Josh Allen with the throw. Oh, it got burnt bad. It's 3 touchdowns for Stephon Diggs. 3 touchdowns for Stephon Diggs. Wow. Cameron Cook said that Josh Allen is wrapping up his fantasy points. Oh, man. Stephon Diggs is putting on a clinic, and so is Kader Kohu, by the way. Kader Kohu is putting on an amazing clinic on how not to play cornerback in the NFL. An amazing clinic on it. You should just take that game film and say, this is how you don't play cornerback in the NFL. 41-20. Good point. Fun times. Nice adjustments, Fangio. So we had questions at halftime and said, what kind of adjustments was Fangio going to make? None. They're leaving Kader Kohu alone, one-on-one with Stephon Diggs, and he's just eating him alive. Just eating him up. I don't know why. I don't know why he didn't say, we're going to put 2 guys on him. We're going to put 2 guys on Stephon Diggs. To this point, let me ask you guys a question. Tom, if you're around, I hate bothering you, but I got to ask you a question. We're 3 minutes left in the third quarter. I haven't mentioned Xavier Howard's name except when in kidding. Has Xavier Howard disappeared? Has he made a tackle? Has he been anywhere near any play? I haven't called Xavier Howard's name the entire game. What's going on? He's your big corner, man. You got Cater Kohu getting roasted out there. Hannibal Rector, what can we actually do about this defense? They really aren't any options, are that Jalen Ramsey can't make this big of an impact to help the defense, Kenny? Well, I mean, they found the weakest link. And if Jalen Ramsey was there, he wouldn't be there. And so they'd have to look at picking on, what's his name, Xavier Howard, I guess. But until Jalen Ramsey comes back, you're going to have offensive coordinators around the league going, put a circle around this guy. Put a circle around this guy and go. But that doesn't concern me as much as what they're doing on offense. These guys are getting after Tua. They're putting some licks on him. They're chasing him out of the pocket. What happened to the 1.9, 2.2? Everybody, including myself, were like, hey, you can't get to this guy because you're just going to throw it in 2 seconds. So that 2-second throw is gone for some reason. I don't know why, but the 2-second throw is gone for some reason. This is a good example of why letting someone get theirs doesn't ever work. Not really sure what you mean. Defenses win championships. That's absolutely true. Pathetic defense. I mean, you guys are all watching the same game. You're all watching the same game. There's nothing you can really put on Tua. There's nothing you can put on the offense per se because defense is just getting destroyed. We're missing Phillips and Ramsey. Yep. But you can't make those kind of excuses. You know how many people from Buffalo are missing? Jordan Poyer not playing. A couple other guys not playing. Mountain Man, I've said this in video after video after video that we simply do not have linebackers. Either that or Fangio doesn't know how to use them. At this point, ring the bell, do the alarm, get Channing Tindall in there. He can't do any worse. I mean, they're showing up the replay, and you got Cater Kohu one-on-one with one of the best receivers in football, and he's just eating them alive. Just eating them alive. Cater shouldn't be on Diggs. No, he shouldn't be. That shows the faith in X. All right, now Tua's got to throw. Now you're almost at a point where you can't run that much. Play action. He's got somebody wide open. You know who it's going to be. It's going to be that man, Tyreek Hill.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Uh-oh. Tyreek's hurt. Oh, he's up. He's up. Okay. I think he might got a hurt. I think he might have taken a hit in the man place, if you know what I mean. Looks like, let me see here. Yeah, I think he got a helmet to the man area. Yeah, all right. He'll be all right. Ooh, yeah. Or that or a hip pointer. All right. Yeah, it's a hip pointer, looks like. All right, so 1st and 10. All right, let's go. Man, they're inching up to the line. They're bringing heat on Tua. And there's a handoff to Mostert and goes for about 5 or 6 yards. I'm not sure if Mike sees the scoreboard or not. Dude, you got 1:49 left in the third. You're down by 3 touchdowns. We're down by 20. We're down by 21 points, and now the MF wants to run. 2nd and 4. The announcers are saying, Tua is not putting up any kind of numbers. All right, so it's 2nd and 4. Got Ingle going in motion. Handoff. Oh, handoff to, was that Ed Oliver? Yeah. Ed Oliver just ate that up for a loss. Wow, Ed Oliver just destroyed He made Isaiah win his BI. You know what? What a move. Oh, I love to see the big guys up front, both sides, do their thing. That defensive did a swim move or a rip. All right, 3rd and 6. You know they're going to bring the heat here. They're not going to let him do that 2-second quick throw. Tyreek's moving out to the right in motion. Here comes the heat. He's throwing, and I think he got the first down. No, he's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and 1. 4th and 1, 1 minute left in the third quarter. You're down by 21 points. You got to go for it here. Yeah, you got to go for it. Oh, wait a minute. He got it. He got it. He dove. Yeah, he got that first down. Oh, they're going to challenge. All right, Mike's going to challenge it. That was a first down. Arcadian Gorilla. Oh, love that handle. Arcadian Gorilla. They just showed up to play a physical football game, and the Dolphins didn't. On defense, that's for sure. Miami's challenging. Miami has been reading press clippings equals rat poison. I think he got this first down. I don't even know why they just didn't review it. Why did he have to use the challenge? Looks like a first down to me. Looks like a first down to you guys. Mostert, what happened to him? Ed Oliver on the play that he ran just ate him alive. There was no blocking. Running doesn't work if the offensive line doesn't do what they're supposed to do. Who got it? Who got what? Who got what, David? Not sure what you mean. X, okay. X with 2 tackles, 1 solo. So they decided to focus on Cater Kohu and that they're just going to go after him. That obviously. Yeah, Nate Dogg, that looks like a first down. That definitely looks like a first down. How was that out of bounds? Well, he reached, so I think he got the ball past the marker. Chris Wheeler says, "What's the wife cooking? How's your dog doing today?" Dog's with the wife. They're out by the pool. I'm just stuck here doing this stuff and having fun with you guys. And we're having sushi. She's not cooking. She decided she was just going to go grab some sushi. The defense is counting on the offense. Yeah. They are jamming our receivers at the line, throwing off timing. You can, at this point, as I said, you're 4 weeks into the season. You can count on this. So Mike McDaniel is going to have to do something to counter this, because now the defenses know what they have. 2 games to look at now. You have 2 coming up from here. You have 2 game films to look at. You've got the Buffalo Bills and you've got the New England Patriots. And by looking at those 2 games, you're going to see now what you need to do. I mean, you got to have the personnel too. That's another thing. Just because you saw what the Patriots did, just because you see how McDermott is using the Bills defense, doesn't mean you can. You may not have the personnel to do it. Some teams are just like, hey, I'd love to do that, but we can't do that. Tyreek's going to eat us alive. He says there, Barry warned y'all about expecting fireworks from our offense this week. Barry did say things would get tired. I just saw what the Patriots did. And I know what NFL coordinators do. They're going to look. They're not stupid people. They see what's happening, and they're going to adapt accordingly. So, looks like Miami lost the challenge. It's 4th down. Is he going to punt it, or are they going to go for it? Got to go for it, man. You're down by 21 points. I mean, I think you got to go for it here. It looks like it first down to me. All right, here we go. Fourth and 1. 1 yard. Give it to Mostert. Ingle's not even in the game. There's a snap. Tua's back to pass. And he's going to get eaten alive for another sack. Ed Oliver. Wow, guys. Look at the defense they played on Tyreek. They had an over and an under guy. Waddle was open. Didn't have enough time to get it to him. 4th and 1, and you couldn't go for 1 yard. That's bad. Yeah, where was Brooks? Chris Brooks could have got your yard. Alec Ingold could have got your yard. He must not have any faith in the offensive line at this point. So Buffalo will get the ball, and when they get the ball, they're going to be just about in field goal range. Oh, let me get rid of this spammer. They've been gone for a while. Oh, he automatically got nuked. Let me just make sure. All right, so we got rid of him. Okay. Who's on the ground? One of the defensive players, obviously. Oh, man. We got another guy hurt. Who's hurt? Oh, man. I hate to see guys get hurt like this. Now they're going to have to bring the card out. No, they announced, Mike, you're asking about Armstead. They announced he will not be back in the game, so he's not going to be in. This is a damn good question, Mountain Man. Been saying it all day on a couple of short runs. Why aren't they using Ingold more? Don't understand. Well, this is a good point. Remember, this is the first team with a win we are playing. No, I think the Chargers have actually won a game at this point, and I think the Patriots, who'd they beat? Patriots have won a game too, I think. So, but it's one of the tougher teams. I wonder if the Bills will take a knee or take the record. What the F? I need my hippie lettuce. Tre'Davious White. That who's down now, or is that somebody else? Armstead is walking glass. Wow, you guys are harsh on Armstead, man. Let's see this kid. I hate to see him. Number 27 for the Bills. Yeah, Tre'Davious White, cornerback. So now the Bills now are really thin at cornerback. Maybe fourth quarter, Dolphins can do something. Where is he? It looks like a non-contact injury. Yeah, that was non-contact. That's probably going to be an Achilles as well. Watch him as he's backpedaling. No contact. He lets go of Tyreek. And then, boom, there it is. That's an Achilles. He's done. Yeah, you saw it too. It looks like the Achilles. When you see that happen, non-contact, and you just see a guy pull up, that's usually mean you're done. But Aaron Rodgers is talking that he can come back. He's looking to come back in 4 months, which they got some new innovative surgery, so he's supposed to be back. We'll see what happens. All right, 1st and 10, 39 seconds left in the third. They've got the ball on the 45-yard line. Play action. He throws it deep. Oh, he's got a man wide open. That's the other wide receiver, Gabe Davis. They're just eating these guys alive. I mean, how does that happen? – 34 yards in the fourth quarter. Well, guys, man, this is getting ugly. Getting real ugly real quick here. Going into the fourth quarter, they're going to have the ball about the 15-yard line going in. All right, well, then let's have some fun then. Will you? What was the... Okay. This one was submitted by one of the guys here in the stream. You guys ready for this one? All right. Everybody knows the Killer Bees defense, which the Dolphins could use right about now, the Killer Bees. There were 6 guys on the team who were known as the Killer Bees. 2 of them were brothers, the Bruise Brothers, not the Blues Brothers, the Bruise Brothers. Who were the 2 Bruise Brothers in the Killer Bees? Tick-tock. Who were the 2 Bruise Brothers in the Killer Bees? And I'm waiting, and I'm still waiting. Oh, boom. There you go. Lyle and, what was the other guy's name? Chris? There were 2 of them. But yeah, Blackwood Brothers. Absolutely. You nailed that one. You nailed it. Wheeler, you just won. You can't get another one. Go ahead and do me a favor and just text me to that number and let me know your contact. Glenn and Lyle, that's who they were. Glenn and Lyle. Just go ahead and get me that information so I can get you. So thank you for playing. That was a gimme. I know you can get on Google and find that out pretty quick. Cameron, you're making a good point here. Now we have to pass, and Tua is going to take a beating. Okay, I want to pose it to you right now. If the Bills score right here and go up 48-20, given what you just said, do you pull Tua? Do you put Mike White in and just do some mop up, or is it too early? Maybe try to score one more time, but I think a lot will depend on what happens with the Bills right here. If the Bills go up 48-20, do you want to keep Tua in there in the fourth quarter, given the amount of hits he's taken and everything else? Vipey says, yeah, you want to keep him in? Okay, we'll keep him in. Shekar says, no, take him out. Say, I can't with Dolphins. We can never have a season where nothing bad happens. Well, you know what? No, something good's going to happen today. Not for this team, but there's a couple guys left from the 1972 team who are going to pop the cap on a bottle of champagne and understand that their undefeated record is still going to stand, unfortunately. But there's still some time left. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they score here. Oops. And play action, and Josh Allen's running a sweep by the quarterback, and he just walked in. Just walked in. The Dolphins didn't get beat. They got the same medicine last week put on them. Not going to hang a 70 piece, but how do you go from winning 70-20 to giving up 50 the following week? No, Vibey, I don't think it's worth it either. No, I think so you're saying, Nate, you're saying one more possession for Tua? One more? Why? It's 49-20 right now. Oh, they might have missed it. Was that good? It bounced in. Everything is going their way. He hit the upright and it still went in. 49-20. Are they calling it? Oh, he missed it. 48-20. Yeah, bro. You know what makes it more of an embarrassment? Given what happened last week and how everybody was already saying this team couldn't be stopped. Not only could they be stopped, they got stomped. I just don't. Cameron Cook says Buffalo is playing with Miami. How many times? I hate leaning on you, but how many times did the offense of the Buffalo Bills have to punt? Did they even punt once, or did they score just about on every time they had the ball? Don't know, man. We need the performance we did against the Ravens. Yeah, but you haven't shown it yet, so maybe hold out hope. Baker has to be the worst linebacker in the NFL. How about the other guy standing next to him? David Long hasn't done much either. Hasn't done much at all. They had an answer to stop Tua, Tyreek and Waddle in their run game because they studied last week's game, but Miami came into Buffalo unprepared. They need more discipline and consistency. Agreed. We suck. Defense went on vacation. Defense need to play better next week against the Giants. Yeah, I would say so. I would close practices and say, okay, guys, you just got your, let's reserve it. There's still time left. But if you haven't been able to stop the Bills yet, I don't know what good that does for you. Man, the Bills fans are going to be talking a lot of shit. They're going to be talking a lot of shit. All right, 1st and 10. Tua's from the 20. A quick pitch out. Is that Achane running wild out there? Oh yeah, he's got yardage. Let's go ahead, H. Wow, damn, that kid can run. Damn, he can run.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Simple toss route to the halfback, and he's just so fast. What a run. Man, that kid can run. All right, 1st and 10. I think he's down to about the, 20-yard line? Yeah, he's down to about the 20. Achane is still in. Tua is a shotgun. Another handoff to Achane for about, bust right through for about eight more yards. I almost think of what you're seeing right now. It's almost like a garbage time type of thing. Buffalo Bills don't care if you run right here. I could care less. I'm up by 28 points. You can run. Just let the clock run. I'm okay with that. Achane has done a great job today. All right, so 2nd and 1. Achane has 8 rushes for 105 yards. Give that man a star. All right, Tyreek's in motion. Inside handoff for the 1st down.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
All right, so almost first and goal, not quite 1st and goal. Clock is still running, 13, about to be 12:59 in the game, and it's running. Mostert is in. Achane is catching his breath on the sidelines. It's 1st and goal from the 9 or so. There's Tua rolling out. He's looking for a guy. He's got a touchdown with Waddle, but wait a minute, we got a flag here. What are they going to call? Ineligible? How the hell do you call an ineligible receiver downfield on a rollout? Eichenberg, you're the center. How in the hell are you downfield? Let's see. I'm looking at him. He snaps the ball. He goes out to his right. And yeah, he's 5-6 yards downfield. He thought the ball was being a run. Wow. All right, so it's still 1st and goal, but now you're on the 12-yard line. Take the points off the board. Tua throws it underneath to, who is that? 81 Durham Smythe. So it's going to be 2nd and goal. Notre Dame alumni. Absolutely. Durham Smythe. Yeah, he just kept running. Eichenberg did. Yeah, I understand it was play action and Tua was rolling up, but you gotta know where you are on the field when you do that kind of stuff. All right, so it's now 2nd and goal from, looks like about the 8-yard line. Durham Smythe runs out in motion. Tua's looking for him. They're chasing Tua out of the pocket, off balance throw, and he just threw it into the end zone. No, I don't think you can blame 48-20 on the refs. I don't see it being a homed game. They didn't do anything crazy. He was ineligible down the field. He drifted. I mean, as a center, you got to know where you are on the field. The thing that I keep looking at is they're chasing Tua out of the pocket. Where did that 1.5 second, 2-second offense go? All right, so it's 3rd and goal from the, looks like about the 8. Yeah, about the 8. He's back to pass. Pressure. He's throwing it. That's going to be out of the end zone. 4th down. All right, so it's 4th and goal. You're down by 28 points. I think you got to go for it, don't you? The field goal doesn't mean shit at this point. Tom, that's a great statement here. Referees don't block for Buffalo. No, not at all. So you got to go for it here. Let's see what you do. And okay, so first 4th and goal. This is pretty much probably the game at this point. And oh wow, they came after Tua big time. That's it. So he hadn't been sacked basically all. Oops, let me turn that music down. So he hadn't been sacked once all season, and just got chased around the pocket tonight. Just run all over the place. These guys just did not block for him. The offensive line basically failed the Dolphins today. I mean, you can't really put too much heat on them because everybody knows you're going to throw, so they're just basically teeing off on Tua at this point. Just a bad showing all the way around. Just a bad game. Let me plug these in. Okay, just a bad game for everybody. All right. Michael Southern said, Bills just came out and manhandled the Dolphins. Learn from this. Can't remember it come early. Yeah, definitely going to have to learn for it. No need for. Yeah, I believe you're right. Your prior statement at this point, just go ahead and take Tua out of the game. There's no reason to put him under that kind of pressure. Oh wow, man, you're being mean. So you're going to leave Fangio and Eichenberg in Buffalo. Let them find their way home. This is a good point. Captain Big says, how can you have two different teams from one week to the next? Because they didn't have two different teams. It's the same team. They're playing a different defense. Denver didn't have crap going for them. These guys actually studied the Miami Dolphins and said, I think we could fix this. Skyler, you have to remember, Skyler is inactive. He's the third quarterback in line. He can only come in. He's there, but he can only come in if 1 and 2 go down. So he can't play unless what's his name? Mike. What the hell is it? Mike White goes down. I think Frangio's a spy. Change the locks before Fangio. I mean, but you know what's really bad about this, and I've talked about it, and I told you guys what bothers me. What's really bad about it is, let me get my volume back up. Where'd my volume go? What really bothers me is that they'll do the press conferences this week, and nobody will ask the hard questions. Nobody's going to ask Fangio, hey, what the hell was going on out there? They won't ask him. And so, and because I would say, why did you leave Cater? I mean, the Bills, I don't think are going to try and run the score up, but they probably could if they wanted to hit Stephon Diggs again. They're just going to run probably a couple plays here and just run the clock down. Let's see what they do. 1st and 10. Yeah. Oh, just run the ball. Not going anywhere. So they got to stop. Let me see something here. And it's 2nd and 12. What's going on? Where'd that go? Fangio's got shoe phone calling in place to Buffalo. 2nd and 12. Play action. Josh Allen just running out of the pocket, hits a halfback. Clock's going to keep running at this point. Fangio always said he was missing a few pieces of defense, not anything else. Can't every single coach in the league say that? I didn't like that statement when he came in. When he said, I'm missing a few pieces. That's not an excuse. You got to play with the players you have. You know, it's not like you can stack a defense because you want to stack the defense. If you don't have the right players, you don't have the right players. Doesn't mean you give up 50 points. 3rd and 10. There's a snap. Plenty of time. He steps up, throwing deep, and broke it up. So it's 4th down. Cater Kohu definitely got exposed. Absolutely. Why? This is a good question. Why wasn't? Where'd it go? Somebody said something. Okay, yeah. Why didn't they put in Duke Riley when Baker and David Long weren't doing anything? Good point. So he's got Waddle. Is that Waddle? No, it's Cedric Wilson returning the punt here. Cedric Wilson is going to be. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you could tell it was an Achilles injury. It looked awful. All right, 4th and 10. Punt goes back. Cedric Wilson receives it at the 30 and goes right down. All right, so it's going to be 1st. I don't know if they'll bring Tua out. I mean, maybe Mike will just keep him playing. I'm not sure. I mean, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't bring Tua out there. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good point. Where is Duke Riley? Don't know. Let's see if Mike White comes out to do mop-up work, or they're going to keep trying to put Tua out. Well, I see Waddle, Achane. And we got a holding penalty on the return, so it's going to back the Dolphins up even farther. Does Phillips have that much of a difference in our offense? Does Phillips matter that much? He's a good player, but I don't think you lose much with AVG. AVG has been playing very well. The last defense was the last. Okay, look, what did you say here? The last stacked defense were the 79 Steelers, 85 Bears, and 2,000 Ravens. Yeah. I mean, you play with the players that are there. You can't say I need more guys. You always need more guys. I bet you Denver's saying, hey, I don't have the players I got right now. I don't have them. That's not an excuse. I don't even know why he said that. That's almost like a whine. I mean, you got 100 guys on a team, 50 of them or so play defense. That's what you got. I know you'd like better. I mean, you'd probably like to get Aaron Donald, and you'd probably like to get this guy and that guy, but this is who your team is. Way I look at it is when you were interviewing for the job, just like any one of us, if you're interviewing for a job and a managerial, a director position, something of that nature, you interview for the job, one of the things you're like, oh, who's my team? What do I got? Who's going to be doing X? Who's going to be doing Y? They need to go. They need to go. That's a good person. We'll keep this person. And then you build your team around what's there. And you replace the ones that you can. If I can find another person to do this job. So you take the job. You already know what you're facing. You don't take the job and then say, I can't do it this year because I ain't got the right guys. Here's a good point. No, Cam Smith is there. Cam Smith is playing. Why is he not? Hey, Vic Fangio said, I don't think he's ready. So Cater Kohu is that much better than Cam Smith? From what we've seen today, you're telling me that Cater Kohu is that much better than Cam Smith, and you really got a problem. Brett Dodger says, Denver has put up 24 in the second half to lead the Bears. They're ahead right now. Tom Stockwell says the same thing. Leading the Bears 31-28. Maybe swap Fangio for Van Joseph. I'm hoping that we can limp back to Miami, regroup, and grow from this ass whooping. Yeah, hopefully. So let's see if Tua is back out there. Not really sure. Let's see. They're lining up. And, yep, Tua is still there. So it's 1st and 10 from the 20. Tua is still in. Don't know why he's in. Down by 30. Doesn't make any sense. Back to pass. He's getting pressured, and he throws it underneath to Waddle, who's going to go for 1st down and more.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
All right, so 1st and 10. Waddle shows up, gets a nice reception in the 4th quarter with 10 minutes left. Got another Bills guy hurt, so they're going to take another timeout. Chris Wheeler, what you're saying here. I just think the Dolphins get psyched out playing Buffalo, but we can beat other teams in this division and maybe beat Buffalo and Miami, which is doubtful. Yeah, I don't know how you psych out a professional player. I just don't know how you do that. This team is going to get worse when we have to pay Tua. If they decide to, I'm a bit worried. Long-term outlook, I don't think we're going to do too bad enough to get picks, but not good enough to win division. That's going to be a huge decision. Obviously, you're going to have to see what happens as the season unfolds, but you got two guys. You got Christian Wilkins and Tua, amongst others, that are going to want some serious cash at the end of the season. What do you do? I think it's too early to say it. Definitely too early to say it. Yeah, where was Waddle? They pretty much bottled him up all game. Guys are blaming it on Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel can't be Mr. Cool Guy with Fangio. He needs to light a fire under his ass. No team has been stopped. Yeah. Jordan Calhoun, that's a new name. I try to stay positive, but Vic has got me confused, distraught, irritated. Yeah. All right, 1st and 10. And yeah, he hands it off now to Alec Ingold. Who is that? Is that Alec Ingold or is that Berrios? It's Berrios on a reverse. I don't know what Mike's doing right now. He looks like he's just trying to get off the field. That might be what he's trying to do. Diedrich Terrell says, I'm glad we're getting our ass whooped. We need to see what we really are. That's a good point. As the clock continues to run, going down. 1st and 10. It's another first down. Good to see that the guys aren't giving up. They're playing hard. Tua's an empty backfield. Getting pressure. He's looking deep. He's got a man. He's got Alec Ingold for about 30 yards. Nice.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
I can't tell because I don't know Buffalo's roster that well. But is Buffalo still playing their starters, or did they pull their starters? That was a nice play nice throw by Tua, and nice catch by Alec Ingold. I missed the Boyer defense. No, you didn't just say that. I missed the Boyer defense. All right. 1st and 10. Another first down. Here we go. From the 30-yard line. Tua's in a shotgun. He gets a snap. We got a penalty. And it looks like it's probably going to be a legal procedure. Yep. Delay of game. This sounds like last year. This is.
Don't beat yourself.
How do you have a delay of game at this stage of the season? That doesn't make any sense. All right, so it's going to be back to old issues. Delay of game. That's the same shit we had before. All right, so it's 1st and 15 with 8:27 left to go in the game. Looks like they're coming after Tua on this play. It's a quick throw out to the sideline to Jalen Waddle, who goes nowhere. That play was doomed from the start. But second down, they have just completely bottled up Jalen Waddle. Tyreek had some success. He made some gains on his, but Miami Mac, watch tomorrow. I almost think he got dinged as well. No one's going to want to say it, but he just doesn't seem himself. 2nd and 14, 7:53 left in the game. Here we go. There's a snap. And, Tua just got ass munched. Get him out of the game. Get him. Why are they letting him go through this? Offensive line just completely blew the assignment, and then he gets slammed to the turf. You're right. Somebody just said it. Where was it? Jordan Calhoun said, I thought they stopped that from last year, putting your entire weight on a player. They just didn't call it. And John Spears said the same thing. Tua just got slammed on that sack. Had one sack all year. Now we're going to have, I think that was a delay of game again. And a fumble. A delay, well, hopefully it was a delay of game, because if you had to delay a game, then the play doesn't count. So, let's see. Delay. If it's a delay of game, the play never happened, so it would just be a penalty. Offsides. Okay, even better. Why do you guys think that Buffalo's trying to hurt Tua? I mean, those are just football plays. Those are if you get a shot at the quarterback, you gotta take it. I don't think anyone's intentionally trying to hurt Tua. I mean, if I have a shot at a quarterback, I'm definitely gonna take it. I'm not gonna play flag football with him. I think we're used to him not getting hit so far this season, and now he's getting hit, and I don't think they're trying to hurt him. Yeah. I'm. Why would they? I'm gonna take a shot at him. All right, 3rd and 17. Let's see what happens here. There's a snap. Pressure on Tua again. Tua's trying to get away from the pressure. He's running. He's still running. There's going to be a flag. I think it's going to be holding. That's going to be holding. That was one of those holding plays where it's like I'm trying to save Tua. Yeah, bring it back. Unreal.
Don't beat yourself.
Yeah. Third and 40 looks good to me. Yeah, they're gonna make them play it. Buffalo's D is crazy good. They're playing extremely well today. They had this game plan wrapped. Robert Hunt got caught on that one, but I would have had to have held him because it was I don't want Tua to get hurt. Now, why are Tyreek and Waddle on the sideline, but Tua is still in the game? So it's 3rd and 27 here. Just hand off the ball. Just hand the ball off and let don't put Tua back there. And here he comes again. They dumped it underneath, and now it's going to be 4th and 20. 4th and 23. You take the field goals. Two of thus far, 24, 34, 262, a touchdown, and an interception. You're going to go for it on 4th down with neither Hill or Waddle in the game. What the hell? Why are they both out? And Tua, I think it's going to be holding again. They didn't have any choice but to hold, and just it's going to be a turnover on downs. Offsides. All right, so it's going to get a replay. Guys, please, ladies, they're not trying to hurt Tua. Nobody's trying. I can tell you players don't have that kind of mentality. However, everybody on the field right now, everybody in the stands knows that Tua is going to throw. You're going to pin your ears back. You're going to come after him. If you get a shot, you're going to take it. So it's not trying to hurt Tua. Is they're going to put him in an empty backfield knowing everyone in the stadium knows he's got to throw. And I know if I can get to him, I'm going to take my shot. And that's it. Nice throw, but it's going to be 4th down. I mean, no, it's turnover. Yeah, it's just somebody's asking about Armstead. Armstead is done. I'm not sure what's wrong with him. Yeah, Bounty Gate. That was one stupid time with one stupid coach. Yeah, you take your opportunity. If you have the opportunity, let me ask you: if you have the opportunity to take a shot at the quarterback, you think they're not going to take it? You think that they shouldn't take it? Oh, it's Tua. Let's lay up. No, you definitely can't blame the weather today. That's for dang sure. Yeah, you get paid to play the game. You get paid to go after the quarterback. That's your job. It's just starting to look like Tua Gate. Only amongst Dolphins fans who believe that Tua shouldn't be hit. If you don't want him hit, don't put him in the game. There's got to be a reason why Mike McDaniel left him in the game. That's the thing I want to know. That'd be the first question in the press conference. Mike, you're down by 30 points. The game's out of reach. You got Tyreek and Waddle on the bench. Why do you have Tua in the game? Are those two guys hurt? If they're not, you've obviously pulled your starters. So if you're not giving Tua the full complement of people to work with, why was he in the game? Nobody will ask. Guarantee you, nobody will ask. Not going to bring it up. Josh Allen ain't playing. Josh Allen already got the funky looking baseball hat standing around. Why was Tua in the game? Hey, Jules, thank you for coming out. Thank you very much. So we got they're Kyle Allen. Are they related? Kyle Allen is in right now, and they're just going to hand it off and run out the clock at this point. All right, have a good one, Jimbo. Have a good one. McDaniel's the one with the concussion today. Yeah, seriously, why? You guys tell me. I asked a question. Why would you have left Tua in that game? I can't tell you. I do not know why you would take Waddle and Tyreek out, show you're waving the white flag, and then put Tua out there to get abused without Armstead. So I just want to know if you guys are on Twitter, stay away from Twitter because Bills fans are going to be insufferable. Bills fans are going to be just completely nasty at this point. They're just getting easy first downs. Oh, they're still, look at this. They can't put the guy on the ground. They should make Fangio take a different flight home. This is where I think the reporters lose all credibility. When I hear softball questions after the game, I'm going to watch the presser. When you hear softball questions, you know these guys are just there to promote. They're not there to report. No, 300 yards is not bad by Tua. Tua is sensitive. If you take him out, he will be wrecked next week. They can't take him out. Please, God, don't say that. Inside handoff. They're just pushing the pile forward. Just pushing the pile forward. Fangio should have to take the bus home. Okay, so if Tua personally asked Mike McDaniel to keep him in, that's not his call. The coach makes the call. What would have happened? How would any of you have felt on any of those plays if Tua got knocked silly and couldn't play for 3 or 4 weeks? Oh, well, Tua wanted to stay in. Nah, we already saw that at Alabama. We already saw what happened at Alabama. 2nd and 5, they're just handing the ball off at this point and running the clock out. So this is going to take us down to 3rd and 5. They may get it down to the 2-minute warning at this point. Tom says it's Houston. Wow. Houston 30, Pittsburgh 6. Oh, Kenny Pickett with a knee injury. Wow. Shekshire says, good call, Barry. Luckily, I don't know any northeastern people, and much less any Buffalonians. Let's see what's going on. DBs have to do tackling drills. Yeah, I think this was definitely what Alex says here. Alexa here. Oh, look at the run. Look at. I had your comment queued up. It says we got out-coached today. One of the things that the Dolphins got out-coached, if you want to say, is they can't friggin' tackle. They cannot stand up against another physical team at this point. That's going to haunt them. My coach always used to say, there's one thing to get beat, there's another thing to get out-toughed. And right now they are being out-toughed. I hate it. We're at the 2-minute warning. I'm going to hang with you, Barry, just like if I was stadium, I wouldn't leave till the clock runs out. Yeah, me neither. But yeah, that's one of my pet peeves, along with no tackling, as you can probably tell, is you're going to get beat. There are going to be times when you get beat. I don't want you to get out-toughed. And right now, this game, this team was out-toughed on this field. That's not good. And I would love to hear Omar or somebody ask a question. Hey, did you feel the defense needs some work on tackling? They need to get back to fundamentals. What are you doing to fix the toughness of this team? Never going to ask it. Never going to ask it. See here. Christian Wilkins making tackles 5 yards down the field and runs up the middle. Pay that man. Runs up the middle 5 yards downfield. Pay the man for not stopping the run 1 or 2 yards. But pay him because he ran 5 yards up the field. Okay. Master Barber. Is it possible the team don't want to play for Vic? No, I don't think that. I think they want to play. I just think they're just not tough. Not tough. They haven't had to be tough. Just think about it. Brett Dodger says, got exposed today. Kohu, linebackers again, offensive line, defense, head coaching, defensive strategy, etc. You're absolutely right, Scott. They will not go into this press conference and ask the hard questions because they need those. They need that access in order to keep up with their blogs and whatever. And number two, they're there to promote the team. They're there to push out the message that they're given. I've never seen a hard article from guys like Barry Jackson. Give me the tough stories when tough stories are needed. As I've said many times, people called me a flip-flopper, and I said, no. I said, respect when earned, criticism when deserved. That's simple. Now, I can't criticize Tua for today. This isn't Tua's fault. Tua played a good game. This is defense. You won't hear me saying, hey, Tua blew this game, or Tua could have done this, or Tua could have done that. No. They had a better game plan. Mike McDaniel didn't adjust, and the defense just got smacked in the face. Wow, Ravens big game, 28-3. All right, so they're going to run the clock out here. It's 1st and 10. They're going to kneel down, so we're not even going to no timeouts. Okay, so we're just going to run out the clock and be done with it. All the hype, yeah, kind of have hype as soon as you stick your helmet into somebody else's helmet. That goes away. I think this is the comment you guys all have to think about and live with is Stephon Diggs killed us today. Defense is still getting better. We're gonna be just fine. Hopium, because I don't know what you take from this game and said that the defense is going to get better. You just got blown out by 30, had almost 50 points hung on you, and they didn't show anything that they could beat a defense that plays this way. Greer needs to bring this game tape to Wilkins' negotiating table so he can rewatch how they ran the ball down his throat. Whew. Yeah, that's a good one. Brett Dodger says, I haven't seen such softballs tossed in interviews post-game since the mainstream media does it with Biden. And with that, that's the end of the game. You got the comment of the day right there, my friend. All right, guys, it's going to be a 48-20 final. Dolphins really got it put to them today. Always next week. Not bad. 3-1 is better than 3-2, I guess. Mike McDaniel they have a lot of work to do. Talk to you guys Tuesday. Don't forget Tuesday. And thanks for hanging in there.